All right, now that ought to fix everything. Now do we have sound? I forgot I reset the mixer before the show. So do we have sound now? And the shirt is actually more orange than pumpkin yellow or whatever the hell it was earlier. And so as soon as I see somebody say we have sound, no compression shirt tonight. These are the winter ones that are bigger that I've had in the closet for a little bit. So as soon as I see if we got sound or not. I'm doing good, Jake. How you doing? Jake from State. Oh God, Scooby, Jesus Christ. He does it. If I'm on the phone or doing a show, all of a sudden it's tug of war. You want to come say hi to everybody? Come here. Come over here and say hi. There you go. Scooby just wants to say hi to everybody. There you go. You doing good, Scooby? You know we're doing a show. It's the only reason you're doing this. There we go. He got his camera time, so he might be okay now. Yeah, JJ probably was responsible for that. It said to unmute, but during the countdown clock, the sound is muted anyway. And how you doing, G Jones? Let's get the highs out of there. Chris Schmidt in here late. I done forgot whose idea it was for me to do this show. It might have been. I don't think it was Brad. I don't think this was Brad's idea. It was somebody on Twitter wanted me to do the midnight show tonight after already doing a couple this week. Looks like I'm going to be throwing a lot of shit into the bedroom tonight. Scooby, please God, go lay it. I'm going to beat the brown off of you in a minute. He said, what color will I be then? White, maybe. White. All right, he wants to play tug of war. Here we go. Y'all want to see Scooby play tug of war? Here we go. He's pretty good at it. He's pretty good. There we go. Now the cow dog's interested. This is all fucking day, guys. This is all fucking day. He wants to play tug of war. Here, two got tag him. All right, I've humored him now, so he'll never quit. So I don't know how many of you guys are going to show up here. It says just 12 right now. That's 11 more than I thought would. We'll see how it goes. We're doing YouTube exclusive tonight. We're trying to force people to come over here from Facebook and what's that other one? Periscope. I've given up on Twitch. I don't know what I'm doing on Twitch. Russo does good over there. Go away. Russo does good over there. What have I got? I got something on my shirt. Part of that damn thing I was tugging, I guess. And will you please, God, go away. Go. If you could see the look in this dog's eyes right now, you would die. He don't like to get yelled at. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I have a good time doing them. I have a good time, and I don't really intend to get on these things and do 2 and 3 hours and all that, but you see, I'm doing a show. Would it be too much? Yeah, he dropped. He like really? I didn't know. He dropped his fox. Let me show him the goddamn thing. That's his favorite toy, a gutted fox. It's not a live one, but that's his favorite tug of war toy. He loves it. But he'd rather play with me than he'd rather play with Two-Cow for some damn reason. Because Two-Cow, he's a big pussy. He don't want to play. He thinks he wants to play until it turns into go away. Till it turns into a game. I'm going to get arrested for dog abuse on here before this thing is over. But yeah, I thought we would just do this a little different tonight. We will have overall less viewers, I'm sure, because hell, Facebook has been drawing 2 or 3 times as many viewers as YouTube. For some reason, it's the game didn't go well. Well, if you're a Hurricane fan, it went well, and I like both teams. So I wasn't, Miami was ranked 17th. Louisville was ranked 17th, but Louisville didn't put up too much fight tonight. The defense absolutely sucked. The offense did not look too amazing either, but they were judging us off a game off Western, and I forgot who Miami beat, South Florida or somebody like that. And, but it was a good win for the Hurricanes. Somebody was going to go 2-0 and move up in the rankings. And it turns out that was the Miami Hurricanes. So yeah, we're going to talk a little sports on here tonight and hopefully raise a little bit more money for the Philippines with the super chat. And trust me, guys, you guys don't have to do the $20 and the $50. And hell, we had one guy donate $100. You don't have to do that. But if you got, I've seen the $2 and the 99 cents and the $5 and the 10s. And all those are fine, man. Every little bit helps. Not only are we raising money, well, goddamn, Schmidt already in here tagging in. Look at this shit, getting it going. We got to throw him up on the board already. I think Schmidt's a drug lord or something. He's got more money and he's got sense is what he's got. So Chris Schmidt chiming in early with $20. I've also might have a surprise guest on here tonight. I sent 2 celebrities invitations. One of them I invited Disco Inferno in here tonight. He's a sports guy. Thought he might want to. As a matter of fact, Donald Lord, I'm going to attend to you here in just a second. I'm real glad you're in here tonight. And Donald Lord was on my porch today, ladies and gentlemen. So he's going to get special recognition here in a minute. I already had this laid out, planned to give him some recognition, whether he was in here or not. And thank you, Tomasa. I appreciate that. Everybody chanting for Rico. Rico worked a long-ass 12-hour shift today, and I don't think he's going to be available. He has a join link if he wants to come in, but he just worked 12 hours. He's dead on his ass. But he does have an invitation. I told him if he changed his mind, we would love to see him. But we're mainly going to keep this on sports tonight. I guess wrestling, I guess that's considered a sport. Jimmy Cornette loves to argue about that. A great Bears will go 2-0 tomorrow. They might. Who they playing? I don't have tomorrow's. I don't even know who the Dolphins are playing. We already played New England and got our ass kicked. Not real bad, but we got beat. I don't know who the hell we're playing tomorrow. But I've got the NFL Sunday ticket thing and can watch every game, so I'll be checking that out. I also watch NFL Red Zone because that way it's all action, no commercials. They do not show commercials. Yeah, Rico has been sick and had some personal shit going on, plus working 12-hour days. The Bears play the Giants. Ooh, yeah, they should be all right. You know what? I have the Giants game recorded and the Bronco game recorded. I don't know who won either one because I haven't watched them yet. And I was going to watch the Bengal game, but it gave me an option to watch the live game that was recorded or the replay. So I figured the replay would have a lot of shit edited out of it and would just make it a much easier way to watch. Well, it joined it in progress at the end of the first game at the post-game show where the score was right up there, where the Bengals got beat like 35-30. So that ruined that fucking game. So I'd have been for the Bengals anyway, so I didn't get to see that. You know what? I got to get me a Bengal shirt. I got all these orange compression shirts, but I haven't ordered a Bengal shirt. But then again, I'm a diehard Dolphin. And a diehard Hurricane. And, of course, I love my Cardinals, but the Cardinals will definitely need to bounce back next week. I used to manage, I didn't manage Eddie Gilbert. I managed Doug Gilbert, and I was supposed to introduce Eddie Gilbert versus Jerry Lawler the night Eddie died. He was scheduled to be in Knoxville. Here's a great story for you. I may have told it before, and then I'm going to get to Donald Lord. So stay tuned, Donald Lord. Don't go anywhere. Want me to get you a Lions shirt. I got a story about the Detroit Lions that you're going to like here in a little bit that goes back to my high school days. And I'm going to tell you how I got over with my gym teacher, Mr. Beatty. Mr. Beatty was his name. So remind me to tell you about Mr. Beatty in a little bit. Remind me to attend to Donald Lord. Donald Lord gets some special recognition tonight. Chris Schmidt with the $20 and only donation so far, even though we are raising money for the Philippines tonight. And if you ain't got 20, don't do 5, 2, 10, 100, 2,000, 50 million, whatever you got. If anybody's got 50 million, that'll buy a lot of goddamn ice creams. What that'll do. But yeah, I do have some stories there. And like I said, we're going to mainly keep this sports related tonight. We will consider wrestling sports related. What story did I say I was getting ready to tell? Oh, the Eddie Gilbert story. I was the special guest ring announcer in Knoxville for Jerry Lawler versus Eddie Gilbert. I was doing some Smoky Mountain work with Cornette at the time. And shit that I would be used as an announcer, backstage production, help out on putting the TV show together, just all kinds of shit. I mean, but never managing because that was Cornette and Sonny's job. They had that covered. And Eddie Gilbert, Jerry Lawler for one of the damn titles. I forget which one it was, but it was going to be the main event in Knoxville at their big arena that normally drew about 12,000 people for their big shows. So I'm pretty amped up. I never liked Eddie as growing up because he started becoming a photographer and stepping on Cornette's toes. Another person I didn't like because Jimmy didn't like him. As a matter of fact, I've got a picture here of Eddie Gilbert somewhere. It's in this house because I've shown it to Maya. And I think we've also even snapped a picture of it and may have scanned it in case we didn't lose it. We could never show this because it would bury Jimmy so fucking bad. But Jimmy's kind of like Donald Trump. Not much sticks to him. If I were have done to this picture what Jimmy did to it and said the things that were said on it, I would probably never work in podcasting again or anywhere else, especially in this day and age. Maya read it, could not believe it. Chris read it, could not believe it. We have the picture. Jimmy, if he's watching, knows this picture. Did he donate 20 again? Oh, goddamn, Chris. What else do I owe you? So Chris with a back-to-back $20 donations to get the show going tonight. Well, thank you, Chris. It's very kind of you. Now I got to find something else around here to give. Do you have the Spike can already? I only got one left. I don't really want to give that one up. I am thinking about coming up with my own can. I'm going to get back to Eddie Gilbert here in a minute. You guys know I can't stay focused. I'm thinking about coming up with my own can because let me lean over here and get it. Jimmy's known for loving Sprite. He's also known for being angry and hateful and just pissed at the world at all times. And this was made 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago, by a friend of mine that lives in North Carolina. Philip Broom is his name. He actually wrote me on Twitter earlier today. Philip Broom made this, and it's the Jim Cornette. There was 24 of them. You can tell I've never worked on television before. There was 24 of them, and it's the Jim Cornette Spike can. It's even got the BS logo on it. You see that? The BS logo is on the Jim Cornette Spike can. How much for the Spike can? I think it's the only one I got left, but you know what? I'll sell the damn thing. I normally sell them for $25, or if someone buys a set of Monster Intune headphones or something like that. I think Smith does have the Spike can, but I think I gave it to him with some little Bolin sticky notes. I was giving him everything that Maya said had no value whatsoever. that can's got some value. There's only 24 of them. So yeah, Chris Smith's got one of the cans. There's 20 some odd other people that have one. And I normally sell them for $25, or I throw them in if someone buys $100 worth of merchandise or more, or makes a $100 donation or more. And I throw it in for free. But being as the last one I got left, I'd like to get something decent in exchange for the can, either a nice donation, or if they bought something, I'll cough it up and I'll see if Philip Broom can make another batch of Spike 2.0. But I want to have my own can made. I'm kind of jealous over I did get the BS logo on this can, which you can see down at the bottom there. See that? Why can I not do this? There we go. All right. Yeah. So the BS logo did make the Spike can. But what I'd like to do, I want my own can. I like Mountain Dew, the Diet Mountain Dew. I got that here tonight. Let me get a drink. We can auction off. You know, we could do that. We could auction off JJ Skills, but that would probably lose me money. I'd probably owe money on that deal. What I've come up with, you see how they abbreviate Mountain and Dew. Well, Dew's not abbreviated. There's not really much need. But they abbreviate Mountain and Dew. So I want a can made just like this. Maybe my art monkey can put something together, and I can get Philip Broom on this. And we're actually going to put them in the sealed cans. These were all open cans that we had of Spite. He just happened to have apparently 24 cans laying around. And we need the king of beers. Well, there's something. I didn't even think of that. But what I'm thinking of, and if someone's got a better idea, you know, unlike Jimmy, I'm open to listen to it. Bolin, BLN, instead of Mountain, we're going to abbreviate Bolin. BLN instead of MTN. Screw. Bolin, for my book, I probably screwed you too. Bolin Screw, but made to look just like this can. So I'm going to turn Art Monkey loose on that. Philip Broom's can was actually pretty easy. I mean, you didn't really have to get too fancy with anything. It was just Spite instead of Sprite, but he did a good job on it. But I'm going to give Philip Broom credit for making these. He made 24 of them, brought them to me when he come to visit me from North Carolina. He bought Maya a real nice. Yeah, I've got one sparkling ice left, and Maya loves those damn things so much that I've got one of them left in the fridge for when she comes down here to visit. And I got a great buy on Bolin Screw or Mountain Dew. I got a great buy on that from Amazon. And Chris and Maya hate it when I buy drinks and they have to pack them from Cherokee Road up to this apartment, home, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I got the lower level. Chris has the upper level. And they hate packing those things because they're heavy as shit. As soon as I can figure out how to take messenger notices out of here, I'm going to do it. I don't have messenger app even up. The only thing up right now is StreamYard. I've got my phone and is my tablet on? In case anybody tries to reach me that's important. Yeah, there we go. And hang in there. Is Jen in here? Oh, there's Jennifer Parfin. Jennifer, you have a join link, by the way, darling, if you would like to join the show and talk about raising money for the kids with ice cream. We've already raised $40 tonight, thanks to one person. No one else has done dick yet, but Schmidt has got everybody off to a start. Brad has donated in the past. Let's see, I can send you some sparkling ice cheap on Amazon. Well, I wouldn't turn it down. I'll get with me. I'll give you my favorite flavors. How about 10 6-packs of drinks? Okay. All right. That's a lot of drinks for Chris Stivers. But yeah, these, I had 6 12-packs delivered, and that'll last me quite a while. I normally only drink about 2 a day. In the old days, I used to drink 5 or 6 a day. But my doctor said it ain't that big a deal. He said, especially if there's low calorie, he says, you're well past the gauge on your weight loss surgery. We're going to get to that Eddie Gilbert story, I promise you. Let's give the kids some brain freeze with some ice cream. We're going to do that. We're going to work on that. And I know there's some of you out there, man, things are real fucking tight right now. And even a $2 donation is probably a big deal. And trust me, I understand that. I think the bowling alley should adopt a classroom fund with the Philippines kids. I'd continue to donate if she provided pictures of the kids using the stuff we purchase. Well, sure, that wouldn't be no problem. I'm sure we could do that. I got her. As a matter of fact, we're going to video the kids getting their ice cream late this coming week. I've already sent her the money to do it. And we also provided some money for some food and also some things, some supplies that the kids needed. And we've done that already because I don't get paid on these donations until the end of the month. I don't know. I think the 5th of the month I get paid. So what is today? September 20th. So October 5th, I will get reimbursed with y'all's donations, but I've already sent a good chunk of the money to the school teacher because she's the one, Jennifer, who's in here right now. And I sent her a join link, but the signal in the internet in the Philippines is not what it is here, folks. It's better than Canada. I'll tell you that. Every Canadian guest I have sucks. But she can verify that we've already sent her a good chunk of the money. There's going to be more coming. And, yes, unemployment does suck. Well, the new unemployment does. That old unemployment, shit, I'd love to have gotten in on that. I got friends of mine that were making fucking $1,200 a month that weren't making anywhere near that when they were off. They were getting that extra. I'm sorry, they were making more than that. They were getting $2,400 a month on top of their unemployment check. So they weren't doing too bad. I'd love to have been in on that. That's way more than I fucking make. Way more than I fucking make, even on a good month. And let's see, on Twitter, we will DM. All right. Appreciate that. So back to the Eddie Gilbert story. But yeah, if Jennifer can get a connection in here, we're going to bring her on because she is the teacher who, her and I together kind of came up with the idea to get these kids their ice cream. And then we find out there's some that need rice, need eggs, need peanut butter, stuff. Just trying to fucking get by, man. And we have lots of fans of this show that are really having a tough time. I mean, where we can get some type of help, most of us, the Philippines, man, it's as tough as shit, man. No one wants to do shit. If they do actually have government officials come to your door and bring you a little something, it's just a little bit of rice and a few canned goods. And there might be 6 people in the goddamn family and they might bring 6 canned goods and maybe 10 kilograms of rice, which is 20 pounds. 20 pounds is a lot to me. But it ain't a lot to a family of 4 that eats rice at every meal. It don't last very long. And I can testify to that. Where is Allie tonight? I saw her in here, but she did say she was getting a little sleepy, so she might not make it tonight. Then again, she's 2 hours behind us, I think. And I appreciate that, Tomasa. That's very kind of you. We've already made arrangements with you. Tomasa is donating $45 to get ice cream and rice. She wanted to make sure we got rice for the families too. And like I said, I've already sent a pretty good chunk of that money to, as a matter of fact, Jennifer was crying today when she saw I have an account set up with her to make sure we get the kids the things they need. And she saw the money hit that account today, and she sent me a picture of her crying when she read the message. She probably didn't want me to tell that, but I did. And no, not many people do, Michael. I mean, I try not, I hate to make a big deal out of it. Chris and Maya are even a little critical sometimes. So, Dad, what makes it look like you're blowing yourself because you help these people? I said, no, not at all. I do it because I want to generate that thought with other people. And other people might not have the time. You know, guys, I'm on disability. I work from my home about half as much as I was. My job got cut in half, but I work from my home. I live just a few miles from the bridge where a lot of homeless people are. So me, Chris, and Maya do everything we can with that. Chris and Maya oftentimes go up and just cook big ass batches of food, chicken and rice, potato salad, beans, just whatever we can put together, mashed potatoes, potato salad, whatever the hell we can come up with. Or we just go to McDonald's, buy 50 hamburgers. McDonald's matches that, and they get 50, and they'll throw in water and fries and pies and shit like that. But the thing is, you know, that's one meal for one guy, and it's gone. But when we do these things for the Philippines, we're feeding families of anywhere from 4 to 7 people for 4 to 6 weeks. And it's $50 to $75 a family. You're probably saying, how in the hell? But in the Philippines, man, shit's a lot cheaper than it is here. So that's why I get such a thrill helping the people in the Philippines. We bought a lot of kids shoes that didn't have shoes. These Nikes that I had, you might see them behind me. You saw me. Yeah, they're over there. If I can move out of the way and you can see them. There you go. Those Nikes, my son got a great buy on them. They list for $170 a pair. Well, in the Philippines, you can get a pair very similar to those. They're knockoffs, but you can get a pair very similar for 590 pesos, 588 to be exact. And I bought a lot of shoes for a lot of kids that didn't have shoes. They had sandals or nothing. And so I found out how cheap they were over there. So I've got a lot of people I'm connected with over there. So I sent them the money, and they sent me the pictures. As a matter of fact, I sent Jennifer pictures of some of the kids wearing their shoes. Some of my other friends, Rico has gotten a lot of those pictures. You could buy a kid a fucking set of Nikes, or at least he thinks they are. And they're real good. I mean, they're good quality, and but they're knockoffs. And they got the Nike box and fucking everything. And these kids got them. Well, they thought there were socks in them. They thought socks are in those Nike boxes. There's no way there's Nikes in there. And when those kids got them, man, they lost their mind. And the mom videoed it for me and sent it to me. And the kids sent me some thank yous. And man, the feeling that fucking gives you when you make a kid that happy. And then I found out a goddamn ice cream cone makes them happy. A lot of, and I think I've told this story a little bit before, is what motivated me to get the ice cream for the kids is that when Jennifer was at the stop, she had called me for a minute to check in on some other things for some other kids. And the ice cream, I said, is that an ice cream truck? And basically it's an ice cream jeepney. And the jeepney pulls up very close to where she was. And I saw, looked to be maybe 20 kids gathered around it, 20, 25. And I said, how much are ice cream? She says, I think they're 10, 15, maybe 20 pesos, something like that. And I said, well, that's not much. That's under $1. And because 50 pesos is $1. And I think the most expensive ice cream they got is 25 pesos or something like that. So 50 cents for an ice cream cone. And maybe even if it was $1, you know, you can't get an ice cream cone off a truck here for $1. At least I don't think you can. Maybe a popsicle. So I saw that. And then I saw only 3 or 4 or 5 kids getting ice cream, and all the other ones are gathering around, and they were getting a lick or a bite of the ice cream from what their friends bought. And they were all sharing their ice cream. And it was because they didn't have enough money to buy the ice cream. So I told her, I said, well, when does the ice cream man come again? She said, well, he only comes 2 or 3 days a week. And I said, well, find out the next time he's coming. And I said, I want you to let every kid in that neighborhood and the ones you teach and everything, I want you to let them know that that we're going to buy all the kids ice cream. And I said, I don't care if 20 show up, 30. I think I cut it at 30. Well, she spread the word, and 51 kids showed up. They were beating on her door at 9 in the morning. Ice cream man didn't come till 2 o'clock, which is 2 in the morning for me. So my phone rings, and she says, honey, ice cream man's here. The ice cream man's here. I said, really? And she starts filming it. And I said, oh my God, look at all those kids. And, but fortunately I had sent her enough money to take care of all of them, because I'd sent enough to do it 4 weeks in a row. And so we had enough money to take care of all the kids, and there was 4 adults that didn't have money for ice cream, so we got them ice cream. And then a couple other stragglers showed up. So I think in all it was close to 60 people that actually got ice cream, but 55 that showed up knowing that they were going to get ice cream, an ice cream cone. And the flavor of the ice cream, I think he's only got like 1 or 2 flavors, and most of the kids were getting cheese and cookies and cream ice cream. There would be a layer of cookies and cream, a layer of cheese ice cream in between it, and then cookies and cream. And I'm going, holy shit, man, I've never heard of cheese ice cream. Maybe it's like cheesecake or cream of cheese. I don't know. I haven't, but I've talked to other people in the Philippines that I told that I did this, and they said, oh, yeah, cheese ice cream's #1 in the Philippines. Everybody loves cheese ice cream. Maya loves corn ice cream. Corn ice cream is big in Brazil, and I think Germany. I know in Brazil it is, because that's where she's from. Mm. And yes, so yeah, we are getting school supplies. We've even had a few families that where the kids aren't going to school. And like here in America, most of the schools will provide you with some type of a tablet or something, some basic tablet to do your school on. Well, you can get tablets reasonably cheap over there too. And we've even bought a few kids tablets so they can just get a damn education. Otherwise, they have no way to learn. You either got to do the best you can on a phone. Most of the phones that most people have over there are very cheap. It's not, they barely even know what a damn iPhone is. I don't have, as you all know, I've got hundreds and hundreds of Filipino friends from being on TV over there for 4 years. And then plus all the connections we made since then. I don't know one of them that's got an iPhone, not a one. There's some decent Androids over there, but not everybody has one. And normally the cameras on them aren't all that good. And so, you know, so we're doing everything we can with the families that we know. And obviously, I'd love to help every damn kid over there, to be honest with you. But as Chris said, you can only help so many. Chris has terrified me for me to go over there because you'll want to help every kid. That's what you want to do. But you can't. Not even Manny Pacquiao can. Manny Pacquiao gave out a shitload of money over there. I don't know how many pesos it was, but people lined up for nearly miles around because he was handing out cash to people in line in Manila to help out families over there. And I think I heard he's worth, God, $80 million. And I forget how many pesos that translates to. But you can't help them all. But you can help the ones you know. And thanks to Jennifer, who's in here now, we were able to make a lot of kids happy that day. I was going to do my best to get through this. And these are tears of happiness, guys. They're tears of happiness when you make kids happy. But you're also sad when there's things you can't do that you just physically can't do. Or there's just too many of them. So all you can do. Yeah, Chris, I agree. I'm going to try not to lose it tonight, guys. I promise. And, but Jennifer means a lot to me because without her giving me this idea, and it expanded into getting these families some food and peanut butter and rice and eggs and things like that. Eggs are expensive over there. You can go sometimes to Aldi and you can get a dozen eggs for 49 cents, 50 pesos, $1. So many times I'll ask some of my Filipino friends that I know are struggling for food. I said, well, why don't you load up on eggs? Even I do that. You know, food's expensive right now. In a lot of cases, ground beef and sausage and shit like that's off the fucking charts now. So I eat a lot of eggs, man. I buy 6 dozen eggs and just make various different versions of eggs, either omelets or egg salad or egg sandwiches or just whatever. just to have a cheap meal in the house. And because you can't splurge every day, or at least I can't. There might be people that can, but I can't. And Jay, you're right. Those kids won't forget it. But I did it more for me than I did it for them, because the feeling it gives me to see their happiness. I won't say I did it more for me than I did for them, but it probably does more for me than it does for them. Those kids got ice cream. What it did for me is a whole nother story. And the shoes. Oh my God. You think they lose their mind over a fucking 20 peso ice cream cone or whatever it cost? You got to see them when they open up a box and there's a pair of fucking Nikes in there that cost me $12. And I haven't been able to do it for as many kids as I'd like, but off the top of my head, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe somewhere between 12 and 15 kids I was able to get Nikes over there, and a couple of adults that needed shoes too. And that's fucking $12. They got Nikes. One girl cried and told me she'd never had a pair of name brand shoes. I got her Converse. They were 588 pesos. What pissed me off about her, though, is that I got her the Converse, and she was crying when she got them. She said that she'd never had a name brand pair of shoes in her life. And I cried, of course, because I was happy I was the one that got them for her. And then I said, well, don't you have a lot of sisters and relatives that live with you, by you, and near you, and cousins? She said, yeah. I said, and this was around Christmas time last year. And I said, why? Well, you know what? Why don't we get them all shoes for Christmas? Why don't we do that? And I said, I'll tell my fans about it. I said, I don't know how many I can buy, but I said, I bet if I tell my fans how much we can get a pair of Nikes for, and put some shoes on some kids that don't have any, and especially members of your family that don't have any nice shoes. They think it's appalling that people in America have more than one pair of shoes. Many of them just can't comprehend that. You should have saw some of my friends in the Philippines that saw I put a 32-inch TV in my bathroom. You would think I was Herbert Hoover or something, because there's a 32-inch TV in the bathroom. But many of these people only have like a 19-inch TV in their home, a 19-inch tube TV that's 12 to 15 years old. And let's see. I've got a great format to reach people, and all over the world. I mean, we've helped people in Turkey, Africa, South America, Mexico, the Philippines. Obviously, those people are very close to me. 2 of my last girlfriends are from there. Now, Chris, don't get carried away, man. Chris just did it again. I don't want anybody to hurt their own situation, and but don't think I don't appreciate it. I truly do. As a matter of fact, I think Chris is the only one that's donated. But thank you very much, Chris. I really appreciate it. And if there's anything I can do for you, to let me know. So I still got Donald Lord on deck. I don't know how Donald can stay up. Type Donald and let me know you're still here, because I want to tell this story while you're here. Jennifer, not only so, she called, one of you gave me the nickname, the Smile Maker, and Jennifer really liked that. And when she saw the money hit her account today for the kids, and trust me, she shows me everything. She gets them. She also makes a thing that they call modules for kids in their books. Yeah, Schmidt is going nuts on me again here, but and I really appreciate it. But like I said, man, it doesn't have to be 20. I don't care if it's 2, 5, 10, whatever you can do. It all, Donald, stay on deck, Donald. Your story's coming up, and you're going to like how I do this. But I still have to tell the Eddie Gilbert story. So Jennifer, if you can come in and you want to come in and talk to me about this, you probably make me cry again. I make her cry a lot too. So we've made each other cry quite a few times. She loves these kids as much, if not even more than I do, because she sees them every day. And she's a special girl, guys. She's a special person. She's got a good heart. I know y'all say that about me a lot. That's what I like about her. Good heart, man. Good, decent person. Doesn't do particularly all that well herself. Gets by like a lot of us do these days, but she will knock herself out to help someone else. And that's the kind of people I like, that will sacrifice their own shit. Oh, but back to the girl that I got the shoes back for Christmas. I wanted to buy her whole family shoes. No, that's okay. I want to be the only one. I want to be the only one. I'm the only one in the family that has name brand shoes. And she didn't want the rest of the family. I couldn't comprehend that. And it really made me mad. Almost sorry that I got them for her, to be honest with you. And I didn't know the other people in the family that well. I'd seen them a time or two or whatever, but I just thought it'd be a cool thing to do to get everybody shoes. It wasn't that much money, especially then, because I was working more. How much is ice cream $60 going to buy? A shitload. But the thing is, though, we're calling it ice cream for the Philippines. We're just not only buying ice cream. Ice cream for the Philippines is the way to get your attention and let you know what we're doing. Ice cream in the Philippines, the ice cream's cheap. We fed 50, 60 people. I guarantee you the total price wasn't over 15, 20 bucks. And it fed that many people. The money comes in where we really need the help is obviously with school supplies, rice, peanut butter, eggs, milk. I've never seen anybody with a gallon of milk over there. Everybody has powdered milk. Jennifer might back me up on this or add something to it. Jennifer also told me I'm the only person she's ever seen in her life that has a TV in her bathroom. Makes me feel bad. That television is about 7 or 8 years old. I had that TV 3 houses ago. And it was sitting in the kitchen, but I can see the 75-inch from the kitchen. So there's not really a reason to have that television in there. I said, you know where a TV would be nice at? So I ordered me a $13 digital antenna. And last night I spent about an hour at 4 a.m. mounting the television in the bathroom into a cabinet. Some of you have seen the picture, and ran the antenna up the wall and all this shit. And now there's a TV that it's a smart TV. It's new enough that it's a smart TV, but it's about, God, it's got to be 6, 7 years old, I guess. Vizio, and 32-inch, and it's got Amazon Prime, iHeartRadio, and Hulu and Netflix built into it. That's the only apps that are in that TV that I know of. And so I sent that picture to several of my friends in the Philippines. You arrogant prick. We got a 19-inch tube television here, and you're showing us you got a 32-inch flat screen in your bathroom that you couldn't possibly see more than 10 minutes a day. But if you get to watch the news, you might stand here a little bit longer. So it's got an antenna in it. I don't have cable or goddamn, I wish I could put YouTube TV on it, but I don't think there's a way to add an app to it. I'd have to hook a Fire Stick up to it. So now to Eddie Gilbert. We're going to obviously talk more about ice cream. If Jennifer has a good enough link to come in, she tells me she's shy, but I sent her the link, and I'm trying to talk her into doing the show with me. You guys will love her if you get to see her. She's just the sweetest thing. And so if you can come in, honey, go ahead, and we'd love to have you on the show. I sent a couple of other links out. Chris Schmidt, I think I sent you a link, being as we're going to talk sports tonight. You're welcome to come in if you want. Boy, Chris, when you talk about being poor, man, I remember those damn days. A lot of times we ate whatever Dad could bring home from a hunting trip. I remember those days very well. We had a lot of beans and cornbread when I was a kid. Chili was a luxury, but we got that once every 2 weeks or so. We had a lot of jack mackerel. Jack mackerel was real cheap back then. I had Dollar General shoes. I see you talking about the Target shoes. That was a luxury item. I remember I bought Chris some Target shoes, and the first name brand I got him were BK Knights or something like that. And he liked them because J.D. Roth wore them on Double Dare, or not Double Dare, but Fun House or something like that. And so British Knights, not BK Knights, but BK was the logo on the shoe, but they were British Knights, and that was Christopher's first name brand shoe, and I ruined him. He never wore another off-brand shoe again. Hawk shoes, I got him some Atlanta Hawk shoes, but those were just shoes made in Atlanta that had the Hawk logo on them. So you can't really call those name brand because I don't know who made them. A lot of pork and beans, had a lot of those. A lot of meatloaf because Dad stole a cow, so we had a lot of ground beef. And no, we had meatloaf before Dad stole a cow, but we really had a lot of meatloaf after that. A lot of Hamburger Helper. Oh my God, there was not a trip to the grocery store that we didn't have. I thought we was going to talk about sports tonight, but I guess we're going to talk about how poor we were, or are. So real quickly, the Eddie Gilbert story. I was the special ring announcer for Jerry Lawler, Eddie Gilbert. And then I got word about an hour before that match was supposed to start that Eddie Gilbert was found dead in his hotel. So not many people know. Somebody came to me about it. Cornette didn't know. Lawler didn't know. And I saw Lawler before I saw Cornette. And he said, hey, man, you excited about introducing me tonight here in Knoxville? We got about 12,000 people out there. I said, yeah, but I don't know who you're going to be wrestling. He said, well, Eddie Gilbert. I said, no, you're not going to be wrestling Eddie. I said, Jerry, I got some bad news for you. And I said, I just got word here a few minutes ago. I said, I'm sorry to have to be the first one to tell you, but Eddie Gilbert was found dead in his hotel. And I can't remember if it was Puerto Rico or Mexico or where it was, but he was found dead in his hotel. And I tell Jerry that, and he says, let me guess, it was pills? I said, I don't know. I haven't heard that, but there's a lot of people speculating. All right, well, we'll find somebody to wrestle. And that was all the emotion he showed. And I'm not saying that in a good or bad way. I've never seen Jerry Lawler. Well, I take that back. I didn't see him cry, but he called me one night when he was crying. It was when the cat had left him for that wrestler named Mike Hard. And there were reasons that happened, and he told me the reasons, and I said, Jerry, that was not smart. And it's so hard to tell your hero, your idol, the person that is responsible for you even being in pro wrestling, that he wasn't smart. And I had to be the one to tell him that night. He called me from New York City. He was supposed to be throwing the first pitch out, I think, at a baseball game that night. He stayed over after Monday Night Raw. And he called me crying, and I've never heard or seen Jerry Lawler cry in his life. And he says, Kenny, I don't even know why I'm calling you. He says, I just needed somebody to talk to. I said, well, I'm more than happy to be here for you. I said, but damn, Jerry, I said, what led to this? I said, you almost had to see this coming. I said, you were taking a hell of a risk. And I'm not even going to tell you what it was for those of you that don't know, but yeah, well, I told Jimmy the same thing of how Jerry reacted. And it was like, well, you know, when I've always told y'all whenever Jimmy would lose his mind over a show that I'd say, well, Jimmy, we just insert another piece to the puzzle. It ain't worth losing their fucking minds over. All kinds of pieces to a puzzle laying back there. Grab one of them, insert it, and we move on. Happens all the time in wrestling. It's not a big deal. But Jimmy would lose his fucking mind. He would be pissed that he wrote this show. Now it's all fucked and all this. Just take the two pieces that the WWE took from us, and then we put two more in. It ain't that big a deal. And that's just the way I've always saw things. So maybe Lawler's mind processes shit that way. I think he did tell me that he cried when his father died. I think he did tell me that. And he cried that night when the cat had left him. And Jerry is not a crier. I'll tell you that right now. Not a crier. Me, on the other hand, as you've seen on countless shows, that's a whole nother story. I don't cry as much now as I used to. I figured Chris Stivers would know, or Chris Schmidt one would know. But so I was supposed to be introduced, and I think he ended up taking on, not Scooby, don't you dare do me like that. I'm not getting up and letting you out during the show. I think he ended up taking on not Bobby Fulton, but Bobby Blaze. I think he ended up taking on Bobby Blaze that night, and Bobby beat him for the title, and they had a big celebration and everything. And Bobby was bleeding like a stuck hog and wanted to hug me, and I wouldn't let him because he was bleeding. That was back when AIDS was a real big thing, and he wasn't touching me. And so that's that was the Eddie Gilbert story. I ended up it was Bobby Blaze instead. And I introduced Jerry Lawler versus Bobby Blaze, and we had to go on like I don't even think we acknowledged to the crowd what had happened, because we didn't know what the circumstances were or anything. We just mentioned that Eddie Gilbert would not or could not be there, and that Bobby Blaze was going to take his place. That's the way I remember it anyway. It's been a long time ago, and but that's the way I remember it. Scoop. Yeah, he's wanting to go out, but he's going to have to wait. Scooby, you got to wait. I just let you out for the show started. You couldn't possibly have to go that bad. So I won't go real long tonight, guys. It's 12:51 now. We will go till probably 1:05 and then wrap this thing up, because so far Chris Schmidt's the only one's donated. We appreciate it, but we've only gotten the donations from Chris Schmidt. If there's any others, I didn't see them. So, you know, if I was rambling on and didn't see it, just let me know. But we certainly appreciate Chris trying to get us off to a good start there. And according to this thing, there's only about 30 of you here that are watching. I guess most of you will see it later and maybe make donations later. And of course, there's the PayPal donation. Scooby, if you can hang in there just 15 minutes, buddy, So if anybody wants to talk anything, well, I understand, man. Like I said, if you ain't got the money, don't worry about it. But you know, if you want to donate $1, $2, $5, or whatever, I mean, we certainly appreciate it. No, I'm not trying to shame anybody. If you have a little bit and can donate, that's fine. And if not, like I said, don't jeopardize your own bills trying to take care of somebody else. So don't worry about it. I don't even need to see a list of everybody that's broke. If you haven't donated, I assume you're broke. Which leads me to Donald Lord. We actually haven't made $60 tonight. We've actually made 80. And but some people claim they're not tech savvy. And some people go above and beyond the call to try and donate to a cause. And I know it's going to be hard for you to read these notes, as there was 2 notes on my door today, clipped to this little thing here. And there was 2 notes on my door. I don't think Donald thought he was going to see these on the show today. But these are the 2 notes. I know there's no way that you can read them, but you can see there's writing on them if I get the glare out of it. All right, you get the picture. And there's this thing here. Donald's a good guy because he feeds geese, the Hungry Goose Club. And they go to Cave Hill Cemetery, which is next door to me, about 2 houses down from me. So I was wondering how Donald knew exactly where I lived. I don't recall posting my address. Everybody knows I live on Cherokee Road, but Cherokee Road's a big road. And my car normally is not parked on the street anymore. I used to, but I don't do that anymore. And but he's a volunteer. I don't know if he volunteers or gets paid for it, but he's involved with the Cave Hill Cemetery, and they feed the geese over there, which is a great thing. We love the geese. Maya says she's probably ran into you because Maya goes over there a lot. She just loves to go over there and walk around, visits Muhammad Ali's grave and everything, and she says she's probably ran into you over there, and she goes over there and feeds the geese from time to time. And so I don't know if that's a volunteer thing or what, but he left that on my doorstep. And with his note and this, and it was clipped like this. I mean, you want to talk about going above and beyond the call of duty. It's all clipped and it's in my door. I open my door and this thing falls right at my feet. I look down, what the hell? A parking violation? I'm not parked out front. What the hell? What is this? So I pick it up and I'm like, oh, somebody probably pissing about my dogs or something, or maybe my dog scared somebody. So let me read these. Start off with, it says, hi, my name is Donnie Lord. Well, I knew immediately who it was because he's in here for every show. He saw the Cincinnati Reds flag that I think I posted before. Hi, my name is Donnie Lord. I enjoy your work and your YouTube show. I'm not tech savvy, so here's $20 for the kids' ice cream or your dogs or your car. Now, I can't read the rest of it, Donnie. For your car, I think it says you prick. I think this was this. You wrote the note, Donnie. Your car, I think it says you prick. And then I can't read it, and then it says thanks. I don't know if I can get it close enough to the camera. There you go. That's your writing, Donnie. So does it say you prick? I don't know. Chris Schmidt. All right, Chris just donated. Chris is trying to make up for everybody else tonight, it looks like. So the second part of the note, here's some of my swag. Well, his swag is this thing here, the Cave Hill. It's a magnet, Cave Hill Cemetery Goose Club. And he's motivated me and Chris and Maya are going to make sure we get over there and feed the geese more often too, because that was a great thing to hear about. Here's some of my swag, my off-duty job. Oh, it's an off-duty job. My off-duty job is at Cave Hill, where we have a club that takes care of the geese who live there. And they do. They actually live there. We've been chased by those geese before many years ago when Chris was a kid. I had Chris on my shoulders and I had a damn geese chasing me through the goddamn thing. And so he's that. And to prove it, there's the $20 he had to it. Now that's risky in some neighborhoods to tape $20 to somebody's door, but that's the $20 he donated. And Chris just donated 20 more. So you can, Don says he can't read his own writing. But that's the actual $20 bill that he had taped to my door, the note that he left to my door, and it was all bundled in together, and his swag. So Donnie has basically been on the show tonight because to prove that. So we now have raised $100 today, $80 from Chris Schmidt, 20 from Donald Lord, and Jennifer, you're right. Now Jennifer, do you have a signal good enough that you can come in? And Paul RJ, you've sent $10 to Kenny Bolin. I don't know what you're saying, Paul. Who sent me $10? Jay says 110. Now I missed the $10 donation. Who sent that? Because I try to put everybody up here that does. Oh, so where did Non go? So he doesn't have a profile picture, but at least we can do is get his name up there. And we just told his whole story about and we'll go a little longer than 105 tonight, guys. We'll hang in there. We've cracked $100, so I'll hang around. Y'all might have to put up with me letting Scooby out. You might have to entertain yourselves or something. But if he goes back to the door bitching again, I'm going to have to let him out, and y'all are going to have to see me in my biker compression shorts. Get over it. But there it is, folks. So yes, we've raised a total of $110 tonight. Jennifer, who gave me this idea, has already given. Did Paul RJ? Oh, Paul probably sent it to my PayPal account. Oh, okay. Paul sent it. Okay, because I was looking for it on the super sticker in here, and Paul sent it to. That probably cost Paul $50 to send me 10 from Australia. It ain't that bad, but it's a hit. The conversion rate sucks over there, and Paul's got a lot of my microphones, my headphones. He's got a lot of stuff there. So yeah, we've raised $110 tonight, and that's great, man. That buys a lot of ice cream. That will feed. Just what we've raised tonight will probably feed 3 families rice, peanut butter, and eggs, along with their ice cream. Pretty close to it. Probably a little less than that, but shit, we always kick in and make up the difference. I don't know what the hell that was. Oh, he's kissing Tucow. He's making out with him is what he's doing. You see his head down over there? He's making out with Tucow. Tucow's laying on his back, and Scooby's over there kissing the shit out of him. This goes on every day. Scooby is the gayest dog in the world. He never makes advances on Choco. It's always on Tucow. And Tucow loves it. He just lays there and takes it. Don't know what the deal is. $15 Australian. Okay, I didn't exaggerate it too bad. And there we go. There's Brad with his donation of $9.99. Now, let me ask you guys a question. I've seen some 99-cent donations. I've seen a $1.49 donation. I've seen the $9.99 a couple of times. Do you just type in what you want to donate, or does it give you choices? Because I've seen some things that say, well, you can donate 20, 40, 50, 100. Click one. I've seen that, or 5 or whatever. How does that work? Yeah, we're up to 120 now. So yeah, I guess I got to hang around a little longer now. I was trying to shame you all, and I guess it worked a little bit. Brad donated. Yeah, Brad did donate. I've got him up on the screen there. And of course, anybody from Australia that donates, I saw where'd he go there? Yeah. Paul RJ donated 10, which is $15 Australian. Paul works very hard down in Australia. He's also a wrestling manager down there. He's got a podcast. Does it go live at 4 tomorrow morning or 4 this morning? Does your podcast go 3 hours after mine? Is that how that works? Kenny's got to stay an extra 40 minutes. I'll tell you what I will do. I will stay till at least 1:35. And then if somebody loses their fucking mind, I might say, oh my God, I wish I could put a camera on what's going on. Tucow has moved over here, and Scooby is making out with him like a bandit. And Cal loves it. He just lays there. He groans, but I think he groans from pleasure. I really do. But he's laying here at my feet, but I can't move my camera. It's unbelievable. He never donates. He never does that to Choco. He doesn't donate to Choco either that I know of. You just type in what you want to donate. Okay. All right. Because I was wondering why there was $1.49, 99 cents, $9.99, and then other people do it even 20, 50, and then the one guy sent 100 to the PayPal account, who was on Periscope. But yeah, I on purpose tonight, I didn't broadcast everywhere because I wanted to force people to come to the YouTube channel. And the reason we're thinking of doing this way more often, not only does it help them, it helps me too. I'm trying to make this a source of income because I've lost half my money that I make booking the hotels. And I told Chris today, I said, shit, if we could average $100 a night on an average, I'd do this 5 nights a week, 2 or 3 hours a night if you guys enjoy it and like having me do this. And I'm not trying to blackmail everybody into doing it, but and the thing is that if everybody that watches the shows even donated $5 or $2 or what the fuck ever, And you don't have to do it during the show. I mean, if you want to donate after the show or whatever, or whenever you get paid or whatever. If we could average $100 a night, shit, I'd do these every night if that's what you guys want. Many of you write me and tell me that I'm your relief and stress relief from the real world, even though I bitch about the real world on here quite a bit. No, Patreon's fine. I mean, we've got maybe 30 or 40 subscribers on Patreon, and it's between Patreon and YouTube, we made enough to pay the rent last month and the electric bill. But my friend having the breast cancer surgery, we came up a little short with all the money we needed for her. We raised right at about enough for the surgery, but not for the exams and medicines and food and everything she needs for the 5 weeks she's in the hospital. And she did write me today. It was 12 days before she was even able to communicate with me. They said she was just either sleeping or you donate via Patreon. Yeah, and many of you do. Many of you. I think Chris Schmidt's a Patreon member. Brad's a Patreon member. Michael Ryder's a Patreon member, and many of you are $20 members. And trust me, man, it helps. It goes a long way. But no, Patreon's not dead, and I think we can build it. I'm just trying to think of things. Mainly, we're posting home movies that you guys have never seen. Occasionally, me and Joshua Dial from the Tiger King, we did like an hour and about an hour, a little over an hour on there. And so yeah, we're going to do both. We're going to do Patreon. We're going to do YouTube. I will go back to doing Facebook, Periscope, and I'm about done with Twitch, unless somebody can smarten me up as to how we can make money. I don't even understand how Twitch works. It looks to be a gaming thing, but Russo does good on it. He told me what he's making, and I wish I was making that. It's not bad money, but he does like 111 shows. He told me a week. Maybe he meant a month. I could see him doing 111 shows because he does a lot of short shows. And he's the only other one I know doing podcasting that interacts with his fans the way that I do. And Chris and a couple other people were telling me the other day is that the reason that the Cornets and some of these people get more attention and more notoriety than you get is because they're untouchable. They don't interact with their fans. They put themselves over as they're bigger than God, and they're a big deal, and they're too good for their fans. And they said, you've never done that. So in one way, that wins you over with a lot of people. But in another way, well, I can talk to Kenny anytime. Shit. Donald Lord came to my door today and knew where I lived. Anybody who wants to know where Cornette lives, they can type it in. It's there for everybody to know. His gate don't work, or at least it didn't recently. So I guess you can leave money on Jimmy's door too. But I tell you what I do here, and I told Maya this today. See if there's anybody else I owe any recognition to here. We got to put the Lord back up. I mean, the Lord came to my door today. What do you think about that? The Lord come to see me, and I didn't open the door when the Lord came. I mean, well, what the hell's the matter with me? I was sound asleep, Donald. I don't know if you knocked or anything. I have no idea. If you did, me or the dogs, neither one apparently heard it. Or if the dogs heard it, I didn't hear the dogs respond. I didn't wake up today because I didn't get to bed till 7 this morning. I did not wake up till like 12 after 1. And then when I let the dogs out, your note and money hit my feet as I opened the door. But no, Patreon's not dead at all. We're very happy with it. It's found money. It's more than I was making. And it's all very much appreciated. But there's a lot of you out there that really enjoy me doing these shows. The Lord rolled up. He sure did. Lord rolled up to Cherokee. Everybody wants to know where the Lord is. Well, he was on Cherokee Road earlier today. Donald, what time were you here? At one time, I was a manhunter. Well, I know you were in the law enforcement business there for a while. I'm not. He's going to, let's see. Is he back at the door again? Where you at, Scooby? Where's Scooby? Scooby? He's at the door. Guys, pardon me, and don't give me shit for what I'm wearing, because it's what I wear every day. I've got compression shorts, my white and pink shoes, my teal socks, and there you go. You want to let everybody know you got to go, that they're eating into your quality time? Because if I let him out, he might be okay. I'm going to turn the volume up a little bit more, and I'll still talk to you while I'm over at my chair. But there he is. There's little Scooby. Scooby, you going to say hi to anybody? You don't eat the $20 bill. No, that's the Lord's money. That is the Lord's money. You can't be eating the Lord's money. No, he's trying to eat it. Don't eat the Lord's. I'm begging you. I know you're a sweet dog. I know. Oh, big hugs. There went my headphones, so I can't hear myself talk now. But I know you want me to let you out, and you're being about as nice about it. Yep, that's the thing Daddy talks into. But let me let you out, and the people are gonna laugh at me when they see what I'm wearing. But I don't give a shit. My headphones are on my shoulder. Damn him. He always fucks with me. My Miami Hurricane happy towel. There we go. Hurricanes. Which episode of the Cornet Show did you enjoy the most? We'll talk about that when I get back. I'm going to get over here to the door. Y'all laugh at me, and I'm not going to do these fucking shows anymore. You're gonna starve the kids if y'all laugh at me. Y'all have seen me in this shit before. Fuck, I post pictures in it all the time. I don't give a fuck. Okay, now he wants to play tug of war. These are his headphones that Maya got him. They actually have the Bolin logo on them. We don't know why they have a B on them, but they do. He has had these things a few months now. Somehow has not destroyed them yet. And there's other toys he's got he destroys the first day. But he loves his headphones because him and Tucow play tug of war with them. And Maya found them over in Indiana somewhere, and they actually had a B on them, so she thought that was pretty cool. So, but remind me to talk to you about the Cornet. My favorite show. I already know which one it is, but we'll talk about it when I get back. I'll be over here at my chair. I will say some shit to you. You won't hear me real good, but you'll hear me. And so let him out, and I'll be back in just a couple of minutes, and we'll hang around, and we'll bullshit, and we'll talk some more. Don't go anywhere, Lord. Lord, tell everybody what time you were here today, because I have no idea. All right. Bear with me, guys. Move. All right. No. Now he thinks we're playing tug of war. All right. Come here, Scooby. Come here. I know you got to go. Come here. Come here, baby. There you go. Scooby got to go out. Scooby's got to go, even though I let you out before the show, you little shithead. I should have put you in your cage. Okay, hang on, Cal. All right, I'm going to have to let two dogs out, folks, it looks like. Because Scooby had to go out, and now Cal's wanting to go out. Oh, he saw something. He went after something. Scooby, that's bad dog. Bad dog. Don't be chasing shit. Yeah, Scooby went after something about pulling me out the damn door. It's a good thing I felt that leash being pulled. My ass would be on Cherokee Road right now. Scooby is strong as shit. And he saw something. I don't know if he saw a cat, dog, or human, but he was after something. And he's going again. All right. At least if I close the door, he can't pull me out of it. And Tucow will get his turn in a minute. And just bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Entertain yourselves. I'm going to give Scooby about 5 minutes or less. And then Tucow goes pretty quick. He's a good dog. So we'll get back to you guys in just a minute. Just entertain yourselves. Get some questions in mind that you might have. The Lord was at my door, guys. So he even comes to see atheists. And there's Scooby. He's back. I don't know what he chased. He didn't take his full 5 minutes, so that's good. Scooby, why don't you go over there and jump up on the table and talk to everybody? Come here, cow. Come here, cow dog. Look, cow dog. He gotta go too. Don't you go chasing shit. Don't go chasing shit, cow dog. There you go, because he's pretty strong too. Either one of them could pull me down. Oh, good God. He's got his... He's a goofy dog. He's a goofy dog. Oh, he thinks he's big dog, huh? He thinks he's a big dog. There you go. I might be putting him in his cage for the rest of the show. Give me some fucking peace and quiet. Yeah, you're going to the cage for the rest of the show. Yeah, you are, because you bother me. You're going to your cage. You're going to go night-night. Give me that. Hurry up, cow dog. Come on, cow dog. Are you done? Come on, cow. Scooby, quiet. You're a bad dog. You're a bad dog. If I ever catch you tugging on my Nikes like that, it'll be your ass. Come on, cow dog. Tucow, let's go. He might be in the middle of something. I got to give him a little time. Hurry up, cow. Cow Dog. There's Cow Dog. He's back. Come on. Come on, Cow Dog. All right. Lock the door so strangers don't walk in. Oh. Grab the new Nikes. Oh, shit. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Let me put Scooby up. Come on, Scooby. Come on, Scooby. Come on. Let's go night-night. Come on, we're going to go night-night. Come on. No, you don't have to go, Cow. Just Scooby. Come on, Scooby. Come on, come on. Come on, Cow. Come on, Cow. There you go. You can have that. You've been bad. You won't. No. You won't behave. You think it's the Scooby show. I think you're on fucking Cartoon Network or something. Oh, boy. All right, that's enough. That's enough. Oh, boy. Scooby thinks he's on goddamn Cartoon Network or something. Thinks it's the Scooby-Doo show. So we had to put him in his cage. Put my new Nikes over there. I love those shoes so much. As a matter of fact, I have motivated some people to buy those. They've been writing me wanting to know what they're called, what they are, where to get them, all that good stuff. And I love them. I don't love what they normally cost, but they're nice shoes. All right. I'm out of breath. I'm back. 5 pounds lighter, I hope. Scooby's in his cage because he just will not behave during a show. Maya's Canadian girl. Yep. Yeah, Rory is Maya's Canadian girlfriend. And Rory is my Canadian girlfriend. She won't accept that. She won't acknowledge it. But I tease Maya about that all the time, that I'm going to steal Rory from her. But it hasn't worked out yet. I got one other thing here I might donate. Well, not for a donation. I found this tonight. And I said, I don't remember making BWO toboggans, but it was not the Bolin World Order, which let me go to banners. I think I can switch the thing there. I've got the Bolin. Give me a second. I think I can go change that real quick. Because occasionally we don't want that. Boy, just threw that right up there in the middle of shit, didn't we? But that's the overlay. So we don't need that. So that'll go away. This is what I need up here. Because the Bolin Club, we can do the BS one. We can throw that up there. Picture of me if we need it. Got the red one. Another picture of me. That is the StreamYard logo that if you don't pay the fee, you get stuck with. But we pay the fee. And we got a green BS logo there. A very tiny Bolin Club logo. I'm sorry, Bolin Alley logo. Got that. We got the picture of me that my friend over in Wales drew, Simon Williams, the Marvel Comics artist. This is one. We haven't used that for too much of a show yet. Yeah, we got that. And who wants to see that? So Jimmy was on the show tonight. There he is. Nice picture of Jimmy there. So we got that. And then, of course, there's the BNN logo. We're going to start doing the BNN news show pretty soon. And we might be doing it here live on YouTube. I haven't made my mind. It might be a Patreon-only show. Haven't made my mind. We're going to be close to that. We've got the Star Maker logo that we can throw up over the black curtain there. We've got 2 cow. Maya had him made up to look like a cow, so that's pretty good. And there's the BWO logo. So I found this in the closet. I had not seen this damn thing in forever. I said, I don't remember having BWO toboggans made. And then I looked at it, and it's the Blue World Order that the Blue Meanie was a part of. And that piece of shit that I don't speak to anymore was a part of it. And so there you go. So I might auction that off tonight if somebody wants to bid on the... I'm not going to do that to my Nikes. I'm not going to do that. So there's all the... all that. And I took the overlay away, though, didn't I? What do? We want to throw that one up. What have we got? Let's do. Being a Scooby can't be here right now, I guess. Well, that puts him over me. When the shit did that happen? Has it always been like that? No, it hasn't always been that way. I guess it's the way the new camera angle is. So that ain't going to work. That ain't working. What about that? That's something. That's something. Or we just might go back to what we had and just do that. There we go. We'll just do that. There we go. And the BWO. So let me put the comments up because I have no idea what you guys have been saying or doing. Let's see here. We haven't really lost anybody yet. We've actually picked up a few viewers. And so I'm back. I'm done monkeying around. The Blue World Order. So yeah, I've got that. So if there's anybody here in the Louisville, I can mail it to you. Shit, it wouldn't cost anything to mail that. So if anybody wants to make a $25 donation or more, they will get the BWO toboggan and a BSPN. I haven't thought of that one yet. It's an idea. BSPN. I'm still working on Bolin Screw, the new fabulous drink from the good folks at Pepsi. Bolin Screw. We're working on it. How much spit has Jimmy had in his years of being mean to fast food workers? Got quite a bit. He's mean to most of them, to be honest with you. So I guess we can lay that up like so the people can see it. So yeah, if anybody wants that, I have never wore it. I don't know that anyone has. It was in my closet today when I was looking for some shit, and wash the thing to be on the goddamn safe side is the best thing I can tell you. So I guess Chris Smith has earned it by all means. He's donated $80 tonight, so he's obviously earned it if he wants to grab it. But if he wants to forfeit it and let someone else bid on it, then that's fine too. And I know Rory keeps wanting a copy of my book. Rory, I tell you what, you break up with Maya, I'll break the news to my 10 Filipino girlfriends of what's going on, that we've added an 11th one from Canada. And they might not be jealous of you because you're from Canada. You know, the Filipinos do not like each other. They don't like to share. But being as you're in Canada, now I'm supposed to be in Canada in late January if they've lifted the travel ban and all that good stuff. Me and maybe even Rico and my son Chris are supposed to be doing some shows in Canada if Rico's job will permit that to happen. We don't know that for a fact yet. But they have talked to us about it, and we have agreed to terms. And they're even supposed to feed me at some Filipino restaurants in Canada, which will be pretty cool. So if that happens, might be seeing us in Canada, but I think I'm going to be on one side of the country, and I think Rory's on the other. So I'll be in her country, but I don't think she'll get a chance to come see me and Chris, though. We'd love to do it. I'm going to be the host on the BNN show. Chris, you had a join link to come join me tonight, and you didn't come. How can I count on you to come on the BNN show? You'd be a good one to be on there, though. You'd be a good one to be on there because you seem to know something about every goddamn thing. Either that or you're faster at Google than I am. Raise money for the kids with a BWO hat. Okay, so Chris is forfeiting the hat, which in all honesty, he has earned if he wanted it, but he is forfeiting it. So if anyone else would like to donate, and receive the BWO hat. And like I said, it's never been worn, but wash the goddamn thing just to be on the safe side. Most people that they get clothing out of a package these days, they go ahead and wash it just to be on the safe side. So I don't know. But yeah, we'll get Chris involved in some of the BNN shows. I'm trying to figure out how to do Patreon Live. I did it once before, but there was a bad echo in it. But I think it was because Rico's mic was a problem. So Maya, I think, set us up for us to do that original Patreon Live show. So we're going to try to figure out how that works. We're going to make the goddamn thing outrageous as shit so people will want to watch it and pay the $5 a month to see it. Or 20. Chris, what are you doing? Chris, I think Chris and Donald Lord are the same person. I think his name should be Chris the Drug Lord. He's got secret cash supply over there somewhere. Well, thank you, Chris. That's very nice of you. Greatly appreciated. And if anybody earned the BWO hat tonight, it was certainly. But I've already got a pair of Nikes over here for him and a set of Monster Intunes. I'll tell you what. I've got I got 4 sets of Monster Intunes, but one of them belongs to him. Give me a second here. Get to stand up and show y'all how fat and ugly I am again. Oh, let me stand up here. What have we got? God damn, I got something else. You know what? I got something else we might auction off tonight. I will do that. And we'll bring down the neon green. We'll bring down the purple. We'll bring down the lavender. Bring down the red. Uh-oh, almost lost the red, folks. Oh, this has got to be the strangest goddamn podcast on the planet Earth. There can't be anything this ridiculous. I'm going to bring down these two things that are old and very old. We'll bring those down. And there we go. All right, now my desk is loaded to the gills with shit. I'm glad Scooby ain't in here. He'd be having a field day right now. All right, here's what we're going to do. For the people that want to make a donation or buy something, because if you buy something, I mean, this shit's already been paid for. So if you buy something, we can attribute that money to the fundraiser for the Food for the Philippines. We probably shouldn't have named it Food for the Philippines, but the idea came up as ice cream for the Philippines. All right. So we got the red. We got the red Monster Intunes. I sell the Monster Intunes for $79.95 a pair. Brand new, they list for about $200 a pair. I've seen them go higher than that for specific colors, and I've got 3 of the hard-to-get colors. So there's the red set. We're going to lay those over there. We also have the Lavender Monster Intunes. This box is a little heavier for some reason, but those are the lavender ones. And these list many times are much higher than $200 because it's a hard-to-get color. I find it hard. As a matter of fact, I've seen the midnight black go for like $400 because they're midnight black. I got a black set sitting over here. Didn't pay $400 for mine. All right, so there's the lavender. Now we're going to go with the purple. These are a little darker shade. I think it says these are candy. I'm sorry. These are candy grape purple, if you can read that. And I sell these for $79.95 a set too, even though I shouldn't, because they go a lot more than that at some other places. But I got a good buy on mine, so I don't try to fuck anybody too bad. I haven't said fuck that much tonight. Have y'all noticed that? Haven't said fuck that much. We've actually gained viewers past the 1 o'clock hour than what we had when we started. Amazing. That's the best part. And then we got these that are still factory sealed. These still got the damn shrink. See the shrink wrap? These have never been opened. Anything. I don't know that the other ones have. Well, of course they have, because I had to check them. Limited quality. These are the ones that really cost a fortune. And but I'd probably sell those for $79.95 too, with factory sealed in the box, lime green. I can't wear them on the show when I use the green screen. I didn't use the green screen tonight. It's a lot of trouble to set up by myself. But these are badass. And the Monster Intunes are badass. They really are. I love them. $79.95. If I have to ship them to you, with tax and shipping, I think jacks it up another $12 or so. If you want to come by, if you're local and you want to come by here and pick them up, I do that shit all the time. Let's see, Kenny, can you talk about your favorite cornet? Yeah, we're going to do that. God damn, there haven't been many, or you probably just repeated that question. Chris Schmidt's $20 donation still up here. Let's see here. How about you send me the book as a late birthday gift? When shipping to Canada doesn't cost $25 a pound, we will strongly consider that. Yeah, it's a little expensive. I saw something else about the purple headphones. What did I miss? Come on, people, donate $1 or $2. Yeah, Chris, I don't know, man. You're carrying the show tonight. Let's see. If you need to film me like a ton Burgundy promo. Yeah, well, possibly. And but yeah, I mean, we got 40 some odd of you in here, and Chris Schmidt and my other friend, they were the only ones that have donated. And Paul RJ down in Australia, who donated to PayPal. And you know what? I haven't looked. There might be some donations going to PayPal. Tell you what, my tablet will tell me. Let me see. Nope. Only one PayPal donation that I see. But I don't always get the notifications on PayPal. Sometimes I do. Let's see. Your fame knows no boundaries. When can we expect to hear from Rico? He's exhausted. If he was coming, he would have been here by now. But I'm sure he'll be doing a show a little later. So I've got I made this myself. My friend sent me a bunch of Charlie Karma Smith. He sent me a bunch of Cincinnati Reds logos, my Reds flag that Donald Lord saw hanging out on my porch today. And I put it on a Dippin' Donuts Dippin' Donuts mug. They used to ship me donuts down here quite a bit out of New York, and they're fucking amazing. They really are. So I wanted a Cincinnati Reds mug too, so I did that. And now I've got the other Cincinnati Reds mug over here. This is a three-dimensional logo. This thing is not a sticker. It's fucking weird, man. It extends out a fraction of an inch from the mug. And Disco was invited, and he wrote me and said he'd love to do it, but he's got to go to bed. Apparently, he's got to get up early. Whatever. Don't we all? And this is something very special here. I only had 3 of these, and a fan come by here and bought one the other day. The Jerry Lawler from the original Jerry Lawler Slamburger restaurant design, only he transferred it to his King's Barbecue down in Memphis. And I only had, well, I think I originally had 6, and I've sold them all but 2. So I'm going to keep one, and then this one will be for sale if somebody would like to make a donation to get the King Lawler. So unless you live in Memphis by the barbecue place, these are very difficult to get. And I've had a few. And I actually had a wrestling fan come by here the other day, and you ain't going to believe this. Paid me $50 for a styrofoam cup. I said, well, sure. And he wanted to donate. He wanted to help out the thing. He wasn't really even going to ask for anything, but he saw that. He said, hey, man, for my donation, being as you got more than one, would you mind? And I said, no, go right ahead. So it's not like he came over here. It's not like he came over here to pay $50 for the Jerry Lawler styrofoam cup, but when he came to drop off the money, he saw that and saw that I had 3 of them. And he says, for my donation, would you mind if I had one of those? And I'm sure if I wanted some more Jerry Lawler mugs, I could make a phone call and get some. But what do you do? Is Jennifer still in here? Like I said, Jennifer was invited, but she might be having a bad signal. It might be tough for her to get in here. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. But she'd like to come in here and talk about the kids and the ice cream and the school supplies. I'd love to have her. Schmidt wanted me to hang around until 40 more minutes. I granted him 30, but it looks like we're going to go a little bit longer. And even Schmidt begged you guys to donate $1, $2. No, come on, man. What's the matter with you? And I know there's a handful of you out there that's even a few bucks is a big deal to you right now. So I understand. And we got to factor in Tomas's donation too, because I know she's good for it. She writes me all the time, checking in on the kids. She loved the pictures that we took, and Tomasa is donating $45 this coming week. I think Thursday or Friday. So what have we done? We've done is it 135 now, Chris? Did your last donation take us to $130 or $135? And so Tomasa with $45 donation that we're going to get Friday. So about $175, give or take. Not bad. I mean, more than enough reason to do the show. And are we at 40 people now? You guys get those numbers quicker than I do for some reason. I don't know why. We were in the 20s on here for a lot of the show. But I think at this time slot, we got people that never see me do a show that are going, what the fuck is he doing on? And they're checking it out. I guess a Lawler barbecue plate, but I don't want that now because there's a former football player in Ohio State. I haven't told anybody this yet, but I'll go ahead and talk about it now and lay the groundwork. There is a possibility, assuming this guy's not full of shit. He's been a fan and a follower for quite some time. I won't give his name just in case he is full of shit, but I don't think he is. But he wants to open a barbecue restaurant. He's very good at making barbecue and ribs and things like that. And he wanted to know if I would sell my name to him to open a barbecue restaurant. He said all he needs from me is to show up and do personal appearances or maybe do podcasts from the restaurant. And he's even got a name for it that I liked and approved, but I don't know if he's got the copyright done on it yet. When I see the copyright, I'll know he's 100% dead serious. But we're looking to open a barbecue place. I think he said no earlier than May of next year. No earlier than May of next year. No later than July of next year. And once I see the copyright for the name, I will know he's 100% serious. I know he's had a couple of tragedies in his family recently that might slow that project down a little bit. He hasn't said that it's slowing it up any. And see, I'm showing 37. So you guys, when you saw 40 and 38 and all that, you're seeing a number a little bit higher than I am. Feel free to share the link with your friends that you think might want to join the show or see the show rather. And that don't normally see me on at this time of the morning. I'm always up this time anyway. I was falling asleep in my chair at 10 o'clock waiting to do the show. I slept through a good portion of the damn Louisville game, nodding off. I wouldn't say sleeping, but I kept nodding off. And of course the dogs would wake me up. All right. I don't need a countdown as to how many viewers we're losing. So we got between 30 and 40 some odd in here. So, that's not too bad for 130. And those, I think, are only people with a YouTube account. There are people that don't have a YouTube account that it doesn't count, because I get all kinds of messages and letters from people that say they saw the show, and I never saw them in here. But I think if you don't have a YouTube account, that it doesn't count your view. I know Facebook is weird like that too. Maya said she looked at it and saw 10 viewers on Facebook. Well, that's funny because those 10 viewers are counted into 468 views last I saw on one of the shows we did last night. But of course, we were doing Periscope, Facebook, and YouTube. And I think combined, we had about 1,000 live views or something like that. But of course, that's at 6 o'clock at night or 8 o'clock at night or whenever we did it. And you sent another one? Did you? Damn, he did. I didn't even see that. There we go. All right, Chris, you're losing your mind, man. You're losing your mind. You're making up for the lack of everyone else, though. And of course, we had Brad donated earlier, and Tomasa donating 45. So we'll just round it out. Apparently, we're right at about $200 for the night. So that's not bad. I think $5 more will get us to 200. Who? Let me hear $5. $5. I'm going once, 5 going twice. Now you see why I'm not an auctioneer. Oh Lord, the shoes. Yeah, the shoes are here, man. The shoes are here. These are and Chris got called out on Twitter because he told me these were and I don't know. I buy what I like and that's cheap. And, these originally, I'm going to give you the true story on this. These originally were for Chris, and he got them a little small for him because his feet are wide, much wider than mine. We wear the same size, but his feet are wider than mine. And I can't believe you use the Lord's name in vain, first of all. Donald Lord is the only one that gets to say, "Oh, Lord," the shoes. And ice cream shoes. I'm going to tell you a story about that in a minute, too, that Jennifer will back up in a minute. I love these shoes because I didn't have any teal shoes. And here's Chris. Chris has got a pair of teal Nikes upstairs, some high tops that are some Nike thing, but the high tops that he wears. And so I see him down here, and he comes down last night or 3 nights ago, and he's got these things on, and with a friend of his. And so I'm out on the porch talking to him. I look down, I was like, "God damn!" I said, "Those are some badass shoes, man." I said, "Isn't that the second teal pair?" He said, "Yeah, these are so uncomfortable on me." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "They're so goddamn tight." He said, "These are 11s." And I said, "Well," I said, "I wear a 12. I said, "But shit, man." I said, "That looks like that might fit me." He said, "There's no way in hell these shoes are going to fit you." I said, "I tell you what, take that shoe off, and if it fits, the shoe's mine." He said, "That's a deal. You will not be able to get this shoe on." He said, "You used to wear a 15. There's no way you're down to an 11 now." I said, "I don't know." I said, "But even if it's tight, I'll wear it because I like the way the shoe looks." Got to like the sole, too. The sole's pretty cool. And so he takes the, does it say something on the back? Yeah, it just says Air Max on the back. Doesn't say 97, but it does say Air Max. Chris says if you type in Air Max South Beach Air Max 97, that this is the shoe you will find. But you have to type all that in to find it. And we don't have any fish flops yet. We don't have that yet. So Bolin, shout out the Mark report. I don't know what he means. So he can explain himself. I just hope it don't get him blocked. So I tried the shoe on and it fits. So I agreed to pay him what he paid for it. I didn't want him to have to give them to me. So he got a good buy on them. He did get a good buy, but this was the only size they had left. He would have got a 12, but they didn't have a 12. And so I agreed to pay him what he paid for them. And he did not pay list price. He got a great buy. And then I sent the pictures of these to several of my friends and people in the Philippines, and they're sending me pictures back. They can't find these exactly, but they're finding and I'm showing 42 as well. I don't know why I'm showing it at the same time you are, but it shows 42 for me as well. So yeah, if everybody in here watching will share this link with your friends that you know enjoy my show or me or whatever, or wrestling or sports or whatever, yeah, have them come by and take a look. I'm getting tired of putting only Chris Schmidt's up and Brad's name up tonight, though. Somebody, I just beg for a $5 donation for the kids. It's for the kids, man. It's ice cream, it's rice, it's peanut butter, it's eggs, bread. We get them bread too. Peanut butter ain't bad by itself, but bread makes it a little better. I don't know how big a thing mayonnaise is over there, though. I like mayonnaise or jelly with my peanut butter. But I love the shoe because I do have some pink shit to wear. You guys saw me with my pink socks. Tonight, I don't know if I can get my leg up that damn high or not. But I've got the teal socks with the pink top, and these are the pink and white Asics gel, which I got a real good buy on. And I had and these are a little snug. I ain't gonna lie to you, they're a little snug, but I don't mind going to the store in them, or short errands or anything. I wouldn't want to walk 10 miles in them, but then again, I don't want to walk 10 miles. But I got them for show to go with some clothing that I have that matches these shoes perfectly. I even ordered a pair of socks that are not as dark a teal as these. I found them for $3.50 last night. They're a compression sock. But they're more this color than the dark teal that I have on right now. And we were going to talk sports, but I'm talking shoes. So okay. Oh, he wants me to shout out the Mark Report. No, I ain't going to do that. Some guy wanted me to shout out some shit last night. And I spent 20 minutes explaining to him how I was not going to shout out one of his friend's birthday. And I spent 15 or 20 minutes explaining to him how I'm not going to shut out the Mark Report. I ain't even going to say the goddamn name Mark Report. Ain't going to do it. And if I'm going to shout out the name Mark Report, I think you should make some type of goddamn donation. You're on YouTube. You've got access to Super Chat. I just saw a $5 donation. I did not see these. Oh, they're coming through right now. Timmy Lee. I knew Timmy Lee'd be good. Timmy with $4.99. Bless your heart, Timmy Lee. We're over $200 now. And Chris Brown, my main man, Chris Brown, was really looking forward to a show tonight. He was one of the ones that kind of helped motivate me do one. Couple guys on it might have been Chris Brown. I think it was his idea for me to do it. Wait, was it your idea, Chris Brown, for me to do the show tonight? It was somebody on Twitter. And what do we got here? $5 for the shoes. You son of a bitch. I wouldn't let those shoes go for less than $250, and they only list for $170. See how much I like those shoes? Yeah, I about shit my pants. I didn't, because that'd be messy and it'd smell bad. But these shoes list for I think anywhere from $160 to $170. Even my friends in the Philippines that were looking up how to get them in America, what they would cost. Okay, all right, King. I'll donate another 20 if you'll go till 2:30. Oh, God damn, you want me to go another hour for $20? Well, technically 30, because we got those two guys chipped in too. I tell you what I'll do. I'm an idiot. I'll go till 2:35. I'll go to 2:30. All right, I won't bitch over 5 minutes. I'll go to 2:35. If Chris wants to donate another 20, and if 2 other fans will donate at least $20. At least 20. And yeah, we're over to, and it's for the kids, man. We're buying ice cream, rice, peanut butter. I know it just says ice cream, rice, peanut butter, eggs, and bread. That's the primary things we're getting. And now the other things, now I call this a luxury item. Filipinos will disagree with me. A lot of the people that we help, I've noticed, buy sugar and coffee and creamer. They are fucking addicted. I think a lot of Americans are bad at it too. My mom and dad were both addicted to coffee. I drink 2 cups of coffee a year if I'm lucky, and that's the sweet ass $5 fucking coffees. Burger King's got a great coffee for $1 though. They got some sweet ass coffee I've got. And there's an Asian based restaurant here in Louisville that's got some type of Taiwan coffee or something like that, and motherfuck, it's good. And I think it's only a couple of dollars. Chris Brown was on Facebook. Well, you wasn't watching me on Facebook because I'm not broadcasting on Facebook tonight. Oh, you mean, So Chris has donated 40 of the 60. So what are we up to now? Somebody give me a total. Is that 245 now? 265? Chris is a one-man show in here tonight. Chris must got some type of goddamn big insurance settlement from Morgan and Morgan or something. he's been donating pretty heavy. Jay Rilix, I hate to tell you this, but he's donating all his money for me to fire you and to hire him. But I don't think he knows his shit as good as you do. He's good at talking shit on you. Somebody said 230, 265. He said Jay's been tracking it. So yeah, 265. Fantastic, guys. Thank you so much, man. And my school teacher's in here watching it tonight, Jennifer Parfin. I think I'm pronouncing her last name correctly. I hope so. So I hope Jennifer's in here. And but man, thank you guys so much. So now, yeah, I guess I'm fucking stuck till 2:30 because that's the $60. You got to admire Chris Schmidt because he didn't even wait for two other of you to donate the $20 or to get a Jerry Lawler cup or the BWO or shit. I'm gonna fucking Chris Schmidt half my fucking house here if I don't slow him up a little bit. He'll be getting here getting my mirror, my 70-inch computer screen, and everything else. Maybe a microphone. Make arrangements with me, Chris, to come over and get your stuff too. You've got your shoes and your Intunes here. Did you say you wanted the purple, the lavender, or the neon yellow? Actually, I just showed you guys a set of red ones in a box, but he always has red ones in stock. So if you want red, I can get those rather quickly. He used to have the yellow ones that I wear quite a bit. I think I have my yellow ones put up. These are the black ones. And believe it or not, the damn black ones can be hard to get. The midnight black, no son of a bitch, can cost a fortune sometimes. And the Bolin Club logo looks so good on them. And but they're thicker. Now these are JBL wireless that I have on. And I was selling the JBL wireless for a while, but I ran out of those. And I've got some requests for some blue ones from Wildcat fans. Do I have a record player? I used to. I think when I moved, I broke the needle in it or something. But in the kitchen, I've got a television stand that's got my Betamax. It's got a Super VHS JVC, a dual deck tape deck that's all in the kitchen. I've never hooked any of it up. But we have boxes and boxes of videotapes in the closet. And one thing I've got in that closet, I've got Hawk of the Road Warriors cutting a promo on my boss that got me suspended for 3 days. I would fucking love to find that tape and to put that on the Patreon channel. I've got Bobby Eaton pulling his tights out and sticking Jimmy Cornette's tennis racket down his tights, acting like that's his penis. And then I think Stan Lane walked up to him and pulled his tights out and looked. He says, that's not Bobby's real penis. And then I think Stan went, like, it's like that. And then Bobby said, that's not my good one. In other words, he was not performing apparently at top level that day. So that's on video on beta. I think it's on beta. But I shot all that with Jimmy when we ate with George Steinbrenner at the George Steiner Bayport Inn. We didn't eat at the hotel. He took us to Red Lobster. George Steinbrenner was a huge Bobby Heenan fan. And Bobby Heenan was in, George Steinbrenner was in front row of many of the WWE shows, especially the Saturday night main event. I saw George Steinbrenner in the front row whenever they did shows in New York. And but Steinbrenner owned a shipping yard and, of course, the New York Yankees. And Jimmy did not know who George Steinbrenner was. So I see George Steinbrenner was a bigger name in New York than Donald Trump ever hoped to be. I mean, George Steinbrenner was the fucking man. Owned the Yankees. He fired Billy Martin 4 or 5 times, however many it was. And so I see George Steinbrenner, and I never dreamed he'd be there. I knew we were staying at the George Steinbrenner Bayport Inn in Tampa, Florida, but I never dreamed he'd be there because of the Yankees and everything. But we were down there in March, and it was spring training. So he was down there supporting the Yankees during spring training. So look over, I said, God damn, I said, that's fucking George Steinbrenner. He said, the guy that owns the hotel? I said, yeah. He said, what's the big deal about that? Shouldn't he be here? I said, he owns the fucking New York Yankees. So I said, he's a big fucking deal, man. I said, he also owns a shipping yard. I said, he's worth billions of dollars. And this was in Chris was a few months old. So it was 1987. Chris was just born. He's only a few weeks old. But I'd already told Jimmy I would do this tour with him down in Tampa. And I just started working with Nick Goulas. So I go over, I said, Mr. Steinbrenner, my name's Kenny Bell, and I'm wearing a New York Giants sweatshirt from where they won the Super Bowl in '86. Somebody gave it to me. I don't like the Giants, but I thought it was cool that I had a Super Bowl sweatshirt, never dreaming I was going to run into fucking George Steinbrenner. And so I'm wearing the shirt. So he thinks I'm a big fan of the Giants and probably the Yankees and, of course, him. So I walk over. I said, my friend Jim Cornette, I'm here with him tonight. And I said, would you mind if we got a picture with you? Oh, sure. I'm a huge fan of Jimmy's. Do you mind if I meet him? And I said, well, yeah, let me go over and tell him. I said, hey, man, George Steinbrenner wants to meet you. Really? Well, I don't fucking know anything about him. I said, he owns this fucking hotel. That's all you fucking need to know. He owns the goddamn Yankees. He owns shipping yards. He's worth billions, and he wants to fucking get a picture with you. And then I'm going to have you videotape me with him, so I got a record of it. Well, you sure he'll mind? He ain't going to mind. Come on. So we go over there, and I introduce, of course, Jimmy, doing what Jimmy does, acts like he's known George Steinbrenner all of his life and kissing his ass and everything. And then, so we get the pictures, and then I hand my camcorder to Jimmy, and I said, get some video. So I get videotaped, shaking hands, and putting me and George Steinbrenner putting each other over. So that's in my closet somewhere on videotape. Roy Lucifer does video transfers. Is that here in Louisville? If it's here in Louisville. I mean, I can, well, no, you know what? I don't have a DVD burner anymore. Not that we'll do it that way. I've got a DVD burner, but it only copies DVDs. I used to have a DVD recorder that I could hook a video recorder into, but you know, the use for that ran out a long time ago. But I'd give anything to, I mean, I would shoot them with my fucking phone off a screen if I could get those tapes out of there and start playing, if they'll even play. Videotapes were only made to last about 20 years. And of course, we've had most of these videos since the late 70s, early 80s. And we don't even know if they'll play. Those videotapes have gone to a lot of homes, a lot of different weather conditions. And thanks again for everything that Chris Schmidt has done tonight, making up for the rest of you weasels out there that haven't done much. I almost sound like Trump separating blue states from red states. For those that support him, those that don't. What I love, I didn't want to get too political tonight, but one of the stupid things he does, among many, he doesn't want to send government help to California because California is a blue state. Even though Kentucky is technically a red state, we have a blue state governor. So I don't know how he views us. 66% of the people in Kentucky voted for Trump, but we're now run by a Democratic governor. So he probably views us as a blue state, even though Lexington, if it weren't for Lexington and Louisville, this would be the reddest fucking goddamn state on the planet. But he wants to cut off aid. Well, so let's say he cuts off aid to Kentucky. Let's say Kentucky does, well, they're fucking blue state. We're not going to help them. We're going to cut their aid. 66% of the people of this fucking state voted for him. I don't know that he's going to get 66% the next time. McConnell looks like he's going to get in office because he's got a 12-point lead on Amy McGrath, even though he's got a 27% approval rating. How the fuck do you have a 27% approval rating, but yet still get back in office? It's called politics. I'm not going to vote for a Democrat. Regardless how good the Democrat is, how big a heart the Democrat has, I ain't going to vote for a Democrat. I've never been that way. I tried to vote the person. I would have voted for fucking Senator McCain for president in a heartbeat. I used to like Lindsey Graham. I don't know what the fuck happened to him. Well, I know what happened to him. But I thought Lindsey Graham was a good man with a good heart and good intentions. But boy, he is God. Senator McCain would roll over in his grave if he knew what Lindsey Graham had turned into. So, but now he doesn't want to help California. Well, there's 30 some odd % of the people of California voted for Trump. That doesn't sound like many, but that's a lot of fucking people in California. And he's bitching about the people that had the coronavirus the worst are blue states. Well, the ones that got it the worst are Florida, Texas, New York, California, and I heard one other state, but Texas, one other state mentioned in there. They just happen to be the 5 or 6 fucking biggest states, population wise. So of course they have the most cases and of course when you're a hub like Los Angeles, like San Francisco, like New York, like Miami, like Tampa, Atlanta's had it pretty bad, and they're a fucking red state. So the biggest states with the hubs for Chicago's had it bad. Well, anywhere planes land from all over the fucking world, you run an extreme risk of spreading disease. And but he wants to he wants to cut it up because he thinks the whole fucking state's against him if the governor's against him. I don't know where that thought process comes from. It would be like I'm not going to go to the gardens because they don't like me there. Well, if 52% boo me and 48% like me, why would I fuck the 48% because I'm worried about what the 52% think, or vice versa? I don't know. Let's see. I bet the 30% won't vote for him. I don't know. He's really fucked California pretty bad, even though he went out there and then he just shit all over them and talked shit on them because they don't vote, because the state didn't vote for me. New Jersey didn't vote for me. New York didn't vote for me. Well, who gives a fuck? You're supposed to be the president of the United States, not the president of the red states. So I think if he put on a lab coat and claimed he came up with the fucking coronavirus cure, I don't think it's going to help him. But what might help him, though, he's really losing the women vote. Well, thank you, Sean. I appreciate the kind words there. I don't know if I rule. I should be ruling, because I would surround myself with people smarter than me and figure some shit out. That's what I'd do. Our president doesn't want to seem to do. Well, you're all's president. He ain't mine. I don't recognize him. The shout out of me. Well, yeah, I shout out most anybody, and I guess I should put this. Let's see. King's thoughts of Republicans wanting to push a new. Yeah. In 2016, 440 days before the election, they did not want to bring up. I forgot the judge. I'm sure that Schmidt knows because he knows everything. Gorsuch or somebody, was that the name? They did not want to put him up for nomination because they didn't think that in the last year of Obama's presidency of an 8-year run, that he should be deciding who the new judge is going to be. The new president should decide that, be it Hillary or Trump. So 440 days, they shut it down, even though he had every right to nominate. That's supposed to be their job when they're president. He had every right to nominate. But the Republicans said, from this day forward, we ain't going to do that shit no more. If you're in the last year of the presidency, we will wait to the election, and then the new president will cast a Supreme Court vote for the Supreme Court justice when the new president is voted in, regardless of what party. That was the rule they wanted to go by. Well, now with 45 days to go, they decide they want to rush this fucking thing through. They've decided that the rules they came up with in 2016 are not good for them now, because they realize there's a very good chance Trump ain't going to win, basically based on his handling of the coronavirus. He wants to blow the stock market, even though less than half this country has a nickel involved in stocks. As a matter of fact, 70% of all stocks are owned by 2% of the people of America. 70% of the value is owned by 2% of the people. That's the percentage he's catering to. He could give less than a rat's fuck about us. So, I've seen this name before. The Wrestling Soup has donated $10. All love, Kenny. Keep doing it. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Guys, y'all donate like this every night. You're going to see my ass on here every fucking night. I guess I'll keep doing these things to y'all. Don't support them anymore. And trust me, guys, I appreciate the $10 donations like I do the 20s, like I do the 50s and the 100s, because it comes from your heart, man. And I know you're wanting to help. And I ain't lying to you people, man. Some of it helps me. A lot of it helps the Philippines and the homeless and the various causes that we raise money for. What got this going is I think a lot of you felt sorry for me because I got hit with the trifecta in bills over the last like 10 to 15 days when 1,600 had to go for my car, 440 in pet care bills because the dogs hadn't had their shots. And to be honest with you, probably a couple of years. It'd been a while and they had to be done. So we took all 3 dogs down. That was $440. And goddamn computer went out on me. And then the new one I got doesn't work. Had to ship it back. They still haven't refunded me on it. And so we're back on the old computer now, but I can't do these shows without a decent computer. So I guess we're still going to have to get one. But this one, I think being unplugged for a few days helped. We're able to do this show. And it's, I don't need it to do a whole lot of fancy shit. I just want to be able to do these shows and communicate with you guys. And I know that the Cornette marks want to give me shit. Well, you don't get anywhere near the views Cornette gets. Well, I wasn't on worldwide fucking television for 25 years either. For a guy that barely left Louisville, Kentucky, I think I do pretty good with my market and the people that we appeal to. And the one thing you never will worry about with me is that I ain't going to fucking lie to you unless it's a wrestling angle. And I don't do too many of those anymore. And I'll shoot you straight, man. You'll know how I feel. And I would probably have a lot more fans if I didn't piss off so many Trump supporters. And many of you are Trump supporters and are still friends of mine. As long as you ain't a dick about it, try and shove it down my throat or start advertising him on my Facebook and Twitter walls, then, I don't get it. I don't know why you like him, because you all like me because y'all think I'm a good person. I hope you think that. I don't know why else you'd be here. And I don't know how you can like me and like Trump. I don't understand it, because that's why I don't like him. I've met him 3 times. He's a fucking douchebag, a self-centered prick that only does shit for himself. And the minute fucking Ruth dies, they said he's been salivating, waiting for her to die, because it will look so good on his record if he puts 3 judges from the Republican standpoint on the Supreme Court. Well, yeah, he'd be probably the only president ever to do that. But isn't that kind of a dumb luck thing? That people die while you're in office. I don't know why you get credit for that. Obviously, you're going to try to run it through, but now they want to change the rules. Like I didn't want to talk a shitload of politics tonight. I wanted to focus on sports, but I guess these aren't my sports guys. We haven't really talked a whole lot about sports tonight, but we've talked about a lot of other shit. How long was I supposed to be on here, Chris? Was I supposed to be? Oh, I'm supposed to be on till 2:35, not 1. I'm going to say, fuck, I'm over. But no, he wanted me on here till 2:30. Well, he paid for it, so I guess I'm here. And thanks to Wrestling Soup for what he's done. I think Jay Rillick said that we're to 275. Well, goddamn, guys, let's just go for an even 300. It's only $25 more if 5 of you donate $5. And it doesn't have to be the same people. Trust me, man, I really appreciate it. But let's go for $25 more, get it to an even 300 before we sign off here at 2:30. And also, trust me, I donate plenty of my own money anytime we're short on anything, because we got my friend down there, Jeannie, who's God, she had surgery September the 5th, so she's 2 weeks in. She wrote me today, said she's doing better. She says she's always fucking hungry. I did not catch the UFC tonight. Fuck you. Somebody's in here with the fucking name fuck you. I didn't see. I heard a little bit about it. I heard that somebody down there got a rib pulled out or something. And then they said whoever won cut a promo on the LeBron James. That's really all I've heard. I have a Fire Stick that gets those UFC fights for free, but I don't give a shit about them, to be honest with you. I mean, with Brock Lesnar was in them, I'd watch him hoping he'd get his ass beat. Kenny, the Reds still in the hunt. Yeah, they're still in the hunt. They'd won 6 in a row. They got embarrassed tonight on national television. The Cardinals got embarrassed tonight on national television, but that's why I'm wearing my Hurricane shirt. If the Cardinals had won, I'd have my Louisville Cardinal Kenny Bolin shirt on. That's something else that you all can do to help. If you all like my T-shirts, the sports-oriented ones that have a sports logo, and you can get those done in a couple of colors. I've got I do the Dolphins. I don't think I've ordered a Hurricane or Dolphin shirt yet for myself, but I do have a Cardinal. But many other people have ordered the sports-oriented shirts. My friend Donnie Prater in Lexington, he got the Los Angeles Lakers, and he hasn't sent me the pictures of him wearing a Laker shirt yet, but he will be doing it pretty soon. So yeah, let's see if we can raise another $25, $5 a head out of 5 of you. I don't think we'll keep you from paying your bills, not even me. And let's get to an even 300 tonight if we can. And fuck. If y'all want me to do another show tomorrow, I mean, if enough of you say, Kenny, let's do a show. I don't want to drain Chris Schmidt's bank account, though. He's donated rather heavily 3 shows in a row, and I don't want to drain his bank account. But if everyone else doesn't mind pitching in a few bucks to help these kids out. And like I said, we call it ice cream in the Philippines, but they get rice. Not too many people request beans in the Philippines. Maybe it's not a plentiful thing there. Rice is the thing. And I've even had people, do you ever fucking get sick of rice? Kenny, if I came to your country and stayed there for 90 days, I would want rice every day. Probably 3 meals a day. They love it. I don't get it. And Chris Schmidt's putting heat on people. Man's donated he's donated most of the money here tonight. But yeah, let's seriously see if we can raise, get 5 more people, donate $5. That'll get us to 300 even for the night. And that now those numbers are being tallied because we got $20 bill laying here from the Lord who came to my door. The Lord donated $20 fucking dollars. If the Lord's going to do it, what the hell? And we had Tomasa on here who, if she's still awake, God bless her, because she didn't think she could make it till midnight. And she's a Kentucky girl, and she was really motivated by the picture she saw of the kids in the Philippines. And Wrestling Sloop has already donated, so and his thing is still up there. And let me go back and let's give Chris Schmidt a little more recognition. There's the Wrestling Soup. Scroll back up. The great thing about it, when y'all do that, it lights up real big and it's easy to see. There's the Chris Schmidt $40 donation on top of countless other $20 donations he's made. We had some guy on here the first night. I'm blanking out on his name. He might still be in here. The one guy from Twitter, he made two $50 donations. It might have been Brad. And forgive me for not remembering everybody that does that, but I got members of my own damn family I can't name. So there's Timmy Lee again with his $5 donation. Chris Brown again with his $5 donation. I may have lost my friend, my school teacher in the Philippines. I hadn't seen her say anything in a while. And Chris Schmidt again with, well, he deserves extra recognition. Shit, he's donated most of the money tonight. And he's even bitching at you all to donate more. Wrestling Soup once again with their $10 donation. Thank you very much. And I mean, yes, some of the money helps me because I ain't going to lie to you people. It does. But right now we're focusing on trying to get these kids their school supplies, get them their some food because many cases it's really, really needed. And let's see, RJ donating more. Did he really? Did I see that? He doesn't have to. I mean, he's already donated. He's already donated $10, which is 15 in Australian money. So no, he doesn't have to do that. I mean, if you've already donated, that's certainly fine. And yeah, I probably won't do a show tomorrow because I'm already doing another one Tuesday. We have, and maybe we can make some money that night. I bet she'll help me raise some money. We have Kendra Lust. Kendra Lust will be here. She has 6 million followers on, this is big. This is big, folks. Look at this. Look at this. $50 from fuck you. Jim Cornette blocked me on Twitter after being a supporter of him for years. So instead of his $50 Canadian going to Jim, all my support go, well, bless your heart. Well, thank you much for that. Well, there we are, folks. We have eclipsed the $300 mark. We're to 325. Do I hear four? We're to 325. Well, thank you for that. And or is that Jimmy Cornette in disguise donating? If it said thank you, fuck you, bye, I would know who it is. But I can't even say fuck you. I can't do that. I can't say that to him. I'm going to get an invite for the show on Tuesday show. Yeah, Chris, I think you have certainly earned that. Jay Rillix is the calculator, the tabulator of all the money coming in tonight. Let's give Jay some notice. He's busy adding up all the money. And there it is. Jay Rillix, the producer, editor of the show. He edits them, puts them together. Has the very same chair I'm sitting in because I'm a nice guy. He got him a $242 chair. So did Maya. So did a friend of Maya's. I didn't make a dime off any of the 3 chairs. But Jay has earned every fucking thing. Jay works real hard for me, man. He helps me out a lot. Chris said he did notice your all's donations. I received a notification that I would be getting that on the 5th for you guys that are donating. Because last night it didn't show up. But Chris says it takes a day to show up. And Jay sent me a picture of his chair once he had it put together and everything. Didn't you tell me that your relatives put it together while you were asleep? I think you woke up or came home from work or something and your chair was put together for you. So that was real nice. And yeah, the chair is very nice. Well, he's putting over the chair. The chairs are nice, man. God. Best computer chairs or gaming chairs, they're called. And they look like a gaming chair. They definitely do. I got one in the bedroom, one in the kitchen, one here. And if Chris and Maya both do the show, we put Chris on a wing or whatever. And then Maya sits here and I sit here. And that way we have chair. Because that ottoman for these long-ass shows like we're doing tonight, that ottoman gets real fucking uncomfortable. So this you can lean back in and it tilts back and makes me look fatter when I do that. And but yeah, this makes doing these long-ass shows a lot easier. And I'm committed here for another 30 minutes, according to Chris. I didn't realize there's that goddamn many night owls. There's still close to 40 of you in here this late at night. And that's just of the subscribers. I'm sure that we got more than that. But well, thank you very much for fuck you. Fuck you. Do you have a name? Do you have a first name? Do you prefer to be anonymous? He said he's not Jim Cornette. It's not thank you, fuck you, bye. I didn't know that you could put names like that up there and keep that, but that's pretty cool. But he had the most to say for his donation tonight, and I think that's part of what these super chats are, is that you do that, and you get your kind of your own color and shit, and when I post it, you get to really pretty much advertise whatever you want, as long as you ain't shitting all over me. I'd still put it up anyway. If it was a $50 donation, say anything about me you want. I don't give a shit. But yeah, we got to throw that back up there. Schmidt, he's trying to give you a run for your money, but he did get us over the $300 mark. And hang on here. It's state. Oh, okay. Well, this could be. Thanks. Maybe Stacy's donating to the show. Maybe it's Jimmy's the thank you. She's the fuck you. And maybe the dog is the bye. What's that dog's name? Harley Quinn, something like that. So it could be. It could be. Fuck you. We'll have to verify that. Fuck you. We'll have to let me know if it's Stacy Cornette. I don't think it is. I don't think Stacy's donating $50 to anybody that I'm trying to help. Jimmy Cornette is the one that said my Filipino girlfriend had a penis, by the way, and years ago. And I was still friends with that motherfucker, even though he said something on a podcast. He said it on a podcast. Oh, a fan earlier tonight wanted to know what my favorite podcast was that I did with Jimmy. Is that person still in here? If you are, type your name and remind me, because you asked that question twice and I never answered it. So I'm going to do it now. Wrestling Soup got a big kick out of that. So whoever wanted me to tell that story, type your name. Hopefully you're still here. And if you're not, then somebody find that name and tell that person that, hey, Kenny is going to tell his favorite. My favorite show I did, the Flatline show, was pretty fun when I flatlined in the hospital. And they even dubbed in the fucking, my heart rate was going up. That was a funny show. That, believe it or not, Brian Last, no, you know what? Last didn't do that. That was a guy I'm going to be having on the show soon that has turned on Brian Last. His name is escaping me right now. Bixenspan. David Bixenspan used to be the producer editor of Brian Last's show. And then when Brian thought he learned enough to get by without David, they didn't give him the money they promised him and kind of just starved him out. They weren't paying him. So he had to leave. But now he's written some expose books. I think he did some exposés on Trump. He did some oh God, you got to see the shit he revealed on Trump. He's got some information about that. He's got an expose actually he did on Jerry Lawler when he had to go to court in Louisville. He's got some stuff I'd never seen or heard before. And as a matter of fact, it was a Dutch Mantel that talked to me about having him on the show. Said he had a lot of good information, a lot of good stories. And I said, Bixenspan, I said, I don't know if he even speaks to me. I said, he was a Brian Last guy. They said, oh no, man, Brian Last fucked him over. I said, another one. And then, of course, the guy I had on the show not too long ago, somebody might be able to think of his name. He was the comedian kind of on the show. Piss Boy. I call him Piss Boy. I can't think of his goddamn real name right now. But Piss Boy and some, God, what is his fucking name? I'm picturing it, but I can't think of it. But the guy who was did all the Tommy Rich impersonations and everything, and he was a comedian on Brian Last's show. Well, Brian fucked him over. Didn't pay him, and it turned out the only people getting paid to do the show were the ones that weren't doing that much of the work but doing the talk. Was fucking Harry Barnett, who was just basically Cornette's lackey, and Jimmy, and the other guys weren't getting paid. And it turned out that a lot of these people were getting more views on their segments and listens than even Brian and well, maybe not Jimmy, but way more than what Brian was getting. But Brian was keeping their fucking money and not paying them. So, and that's the story they told me. I mean, that's all I can do is give you. It's not like I got an investigative reporter looking into it. Let's see here. Well, that's fine. Yeah, you can send me a DM if you don't want to. Let's see. I'll send you a DM on Twitter to verify I'm not. Well, I'm pretty sure you're not Jimmy Cornette, but due to my trolling on YouTube, I like this. Okay, well, that's fine. I got no problem with that. You made a nice donation. You're entitled to your anonymity. If I'm starting to talk like Trump now, I'm slurring all my words together. Yeah, because I really thought I was going to be off of here at 105. I really did. But as always, if the donations keep coming in, man, as long as I can stay awake, fuck, I'll stay here. I mean, it's for a good cause. And I hope Jennifer is seeing all this. If not, I will update her later. And plus, like I said, she is a school teacher and she deals with a lot of kids on homeschooling there in her neighborhood. And she puts modules together. She puts books together. They call them modules. To me, they look like books. But she ships them all over the Philippines, making sure that kids have material to read and educational stuff to do that with. Brian, last chance. Yeah, as a matter of fact, these little notepads I have here for people that order shit, I've only got a few of them left. It's got my picture with the crown up there. I know you can't see it from here. But on the bottom of it, it says Brian Last is a hashtag houseboy. He lost his... That is the reason he never wanted me back on the show again, because Jimmy tried to fix it. And when he found out that I wasn't doing Russo shows anymore, I said, "What ain't, you know?" I said, "It wasn't any problem I had with Russo. It was some of the fucking idiots he had on his show, one specifically." And I said, "So no, Russo's not why I'm not doing Russo's network. It's somebody he's got on there that I will not be associated with. I'm not going to give him any credibility. I mean, he fucking beats up women. He's been arrested 3 times. There's mugshots all over the place. His girlfriends, his ex-girlfriends have called me and told me what he did. And their story matches up with what the fucking police reports have. And they verified it to me." I said, "So no, I'm not going to give him any fucking credibility or notoriety. I will not be a part of anything that he's a part of." So I was forced to leave the show if I wanted to have any fucking dignity of my own. So, and Russo wasn't happy about it because I didn't really, I didn't give him much notice. I said, as long as but he's friends with V Slow and he didn't want to hear it. He didn't want to hear all the information. He'd never seen the mugshots or spoke to the women that had been abused. So, what do you do? Let's see. I do my job out of love for the work. And he does. I mean, Jay doesn't ask for a fucking thing. When I first met his mother and a piece of shit that she was with, I sent over a bunch of merchandise to him. Didn't ask for no money, didn't expect him to have that much. But I sent over some autograph posters and pictures and t-shirts and whatever. I can't even remember what all I sent, but he was very happy at everything he got and really took care of him and he appreciated it. And then eventually I knew that he had this talent and he wanted to help me out. So that's what we did. And like I said, I don't know if we've had many donations go to PayPal tonight or not. I mean, if anyone donated to PayPal, you're free to tell me here, like Paul RJ down in Australia did. And guys, 2:30 is going to be all I can do tonight. I've been doing this. I came on here at midnight, and I did, I think, a couple hours last night, 3 hours the night before that, a half hour earlier that day. 40, goddamn, the viewers have gone up. We got 44 in here now. Best James Mitchell story. Well, I've had him on the show a few times. No one tells a James Mitchell story better than James Mitchell. It's not like I really have any of him because he's more funny telling his own stories. Those are the funny stories, are the James Mitchell stories. I will tell you one, being as I'm on here for about another 20 minutes anyway. It's good money, Kenny, not bad. Well, I appreciate that without a doubt. No, I mean, shit, I'll be on here 3 hours every night, 2 or 3 hours every night if we can raise anywhere from $100, $150 to $300 for the kids. Shit, I'll be on here every fucking night. Maybe not 7 nights a week, but at least 5. I'll just consider it a job, which I sort of do, a job that I actually like. All right, Kenny, I'm going to donate more to keep you. No, you're not. You asshole. Oh shit, I'm going to owe him my shoes if he donates anymore. I got to slow him down a little bit. Hang on here. Let's see. Is that what he posted? All right. Yep. Oh God. Oh shit. I don't know about that. Well, type your donation before you make it, and we'll see what the donation is. And goddamn, don't do me like that. Don't make me look like a dick. Was the Kroger scam a shoot or a work? All right. We'll throw that up there. First thing I'm going to ask you is, what do you think? Do you think the Kroger meat scam was or meat opportunity? I like to call it. That's what Jimmy renamed it after time. What do you think? Because my son has told you all on here on this show, whether it was but you might not have saw the show. But my son has told you on here. As a matter of fact, he told it the night that we got 33,000 viewers when we told everybody that Cornette was lying to some people that were coming forward and making their accusations. Jimmy was calling them liars and making Photoshop accusations and all that shit. And I couldn't stand back and see these people be persecuted like that when we knew that they were telling the fucking truth. And it wasn't like me and Jimmy were going to patch things up anyway. Let's see. You got a Stadel 3. I'd donate more. Oh, fuck. That's another 43 minutes. Shit. All right. Goddamn. All right. I'll Stadel 3. I don't even know what your donation is, but I'll Stadel 3. We still got over 40 some odd subscribers in here right now anyway. So, all right. So the James Mitchell story is a story that he told me on my show because, who better than Canyon? Me and Canyon and Chris got to be real good friends. Canyon used to hang out with us all the time when he was down here helping out with WWE. And in my old house, we called it Sports Center. I had a basement that had 12 or 13 TVs in it. I think it was 13. And satellite hooked up to every one of them because we had to deal with Dish Network. And I didn't have to pay for it. All right. Schmidt's wanting people to donate to the ice cream fund. Plus, he says he's donating more. I didn't even ask him how much. I agreed to go ahead and doodle 3 o'clock. And we'll even put that one up there. And like I said, it doesn't have to be 50, 25, 100, or 20. I mean, the $5 and $10 donations are much appreciated too. And they're all going to come in at the end of the month. It'll come in one lump sum. And but as Jennifer could tell you, we've already sent her 2 nice donations to help take care of these kids for the ice cream, the school supplies they need, food, rice, all that. And she can verify that. And there's some that has come earlier that we haven't even talked about. The help that was mainly helping kids. That wasn't so much the ice cream as it was helping some kids with some other things. And but we did that before we even come up with this idea to start taking donations to help with it. How much was Weasel Dooley's videotapes? Well, basically, Jimmy paid him to label them all. I mean, I've got film with Weasel Dooley from where we did some promos over at his house and shit. I think, but even before I was in the wrestling business, Cornette had gotten in, but I wasn't in yet. And Weasel was a pretty cool guy. He just faded away. We don't know. Weasel never came to one OVW show. The last time I saw Weasel Dooley, it was when the Smoky Mountain had a feud going with Memphis Wrestling at the Louisville Gardens. And Weasel sat with us on the Smoky Mountain side. And basically the arena was split into 2 areas. You had the Smoky Mountain supporters, which there weren't that many of us. But we had the Smoky Mountain supporters, and then, of course, the Louisville Gardens, Jerry Lawler supporters. And that was the last time I ever saw Weasel Dooley, whatever year that was, long time ago. And but back to the Canyon thing. Yeah, so Chris Canyon, who better than Canyon, got to be real good friends with us. And I think Nathan Jones was his name, the big 7-foot monster from Australia. Do I have that name right? Nathan Jones. I think that was his name. He used to hang out with us a lot. We got to be real good friends with him. And Paul London, who's going to be a future guest on the show. We're just trying to get a date pinned down. Apparently, Paul's been going through some personal shit, and we haven't been able to get him on yet. But he has told me he wants to be on the show. So Nathan Jones, yeah. So me and Canyon, Chris, Nathan Jones, and Paul London are all down in the bed, probably watching Raw or SmackDown. I don't recall any of them being huge sports fans. I mean, some of the girls used to come over and watch NFL Sunday Ticket with me. We would order NFL Sunday Ticket, and I remember a lot of the WWE girls would come over because I had access to every game, and they like following their home their home team, so they knew I had 13 televisions and satellite hooked up every one of them. And so a lot of the WWE girls, your Mickey James, your Maurice, your God, what's her name? Shit. I'm blanking out on her name. She was Ivory. Ivory would come over. We had the girl that had the superhero gimmick there for a little bit with Hurricane and Molly Holly. A lot of the girls, I'm leaving some names out, would like to come over and watch NFL football. And a lot of the guys came over and watched Raw and SmackDown to see what they needed to do to get to where they were. I mean, fuck, they know they got contracts, but they don't know that they're ever going to see a day on television. And yeah, Molly Holly and Ivory was a great guest. I had her over a few times, and she loved my Labrador. She loved Misty and Jackson with a passion. And she told me about how you had to take a helicopter to get to her place in Canada, that you just couldn't drive there, that a helicopter would have to take you to where she lived. I said, God damn, that sounds exclusive. So me, Nathan Jones, Paul London, Chris, and Canyon are in the basement. And we're telling stories during the shows and, of course, commercials and all that shit. Because I didn't have DVRs on every one of them. I think I only had DVRs on 3 or 4 of the TVs. And they wanted to watch live. They didn't like to watch delayed. They wanted to watch the shows live. So Nathan and Canyon are telling stories back and forth, and Canyon's telling stories about him and the sinister minister. And then Nathan Jones wants to tell a story because he was shot in prison in Australia. And Nathan, something comes up about cats and how much Chris loves cats and Paul London loves cats. And Nathan leans up out of his chair. He's sitting to the left of me. Canyon is a little further left than Nathan, and to the right of me is Chris and Paul London. Chris and Paul London were real close. They were real good friends. And Canyon and I had gotten to be pretty good friends. He'd done some personal appearances with me for, they might have been Insight Cable back then. I don't remember what they were called, but they're Spectrum now. But whatever they were called then, me and Canyon had done some personal appearances for them because they were a sponsor on the show. And they loved being a part of those WWE shows. It was the easy sponsorship to sell in those days. And Melina story, yeah, probably. Looks like I'm here till 3. I have not. I don't know if Chris is going to surprise me with his donation or what he's going to do, but he did say he would donate more if I'd stay till 3, and I didn't even ask him an amount. We'll just see what he does. And hopefully we'll get a few others of you to donate $5, $10, whatever you got, $5 or $10, whatever you can do. Should I just stop talking until I see those donations come across? Is that what should I just be a real dick about it? I won't be a dick about it. I'll tell the stories anyway. So something comes up about cats and the love of cats. Nathan just leans up out of the fuck. I killed a man over a cat once. And needless to say, he gets all of our attention, especially Canyon. Paul London leans over like, what? Paul was about half asleep. Paul was falling asleep. It was a boring SmackDown, I guess. And so now he's got everybody's attention. And I said, well, Nathan, you killed a man over a cat. Do you care to tell that story? This is going to be far more interesting than anything's going on in SmackDown. And Nathan says, yep. I said, you killed a guy over a cat. And he said, yep. I said, I like cats too. What did this guy do to the cat to make you kill him? He said, he killed the cat. I said, whose cat was it? He said, it was my cat. I said, yeah, that's some shitty ground. I said, did he realize who you were, how big you are, and what you could do to him? He did, and he didn't seem to care. I said, I'm scared to ask, but what did he do to the cat? He said, he killed it. I said, how did he kill the cat? He said he picked it up when it went to his feet meowing because it just wanted food or milk or whatever. And it was in prison. I don't know how they got a cat in prison, but he said they did, and the cat was his. I guess if Nathan Jones has a cat, no one says shit, and Nathan gets to keep his cat. So this guy, obviously the dumbest fuck that ever walked planet Earth, picked up Nathan's cat when it was meowing, and this is a horrible fucking story, but you got to tell it. He twisted the cat's neck and killed it in front of Nathan. Nathan immediately, and we know it's true because in prison in Australia, from what I've been told, if shit goes south and one prisoner kills another prisoner, so be it. That's just the way shit goes down. And especially if you did something to agitate another prisoner that was the reason as to why you got killed. But Nathan said that they were on an upper level of something. They were like 3 or 4 stories up in this prison. And you can just picture the spiral staircase or whatever. And Nathan immediately grabbed him, picked him up over his head, and threw him 4 stories on the concrete below of wherever the fuck they were. And he says the sight of his head smashing into that concrete floor and just everything he had in his head smattering all over that fucking floor. And he says, Kenny, it didn't bother me one bit. I was fucking more than happy to do it again. If anyone else had any problem trying to kill an animal of mine, he said, I'd have done it and everybody fucking knew it. And he says, the one thing about it, he says, nobody from that day even considered fucking with me. I said, yep, I could certainly see that, Nathan. I said, you didn't have to kill any animals here or any humans, and none of us were going to fuck with you either. And so he got everybody's attention when he said, yep, I killed a guy once over a cat. And he just spoke about it as if he was talking about going to McDonald's to buy a Big Mac. And so that's the Nathan Jones story about how he killed a man that killed his cat in prison. And he didn't get any additional time for it, obviously, because he ended up over here. The other Nathan Jones story I got is a much nicer and much quicker story. We went to Golden Corral. I took him to Golden Corral for the first time. And because I used to always take people that I liked or that were in Bolin services to Golden Corral. So me and Paul London and Canyon and Nathan Jones, Chris, a few others have gone to Golden Corral. They always, no matter who I brought, they took care of us because they knew we'd sign autographs and be social to everybody and advertise them on television and in my book and all that. And I still to this day eat there for free whenever they open back up. But yeah, I would want to kill anybody that would kill one of my animals too. I don't have the desire to really kill anybody. There's a rumor going around that I said that somebody was dead. That's not a person that I've known to hate. I don't wish anybody dead, not even the person that I was accused of saying this, but apparently my haters are reporting that I have stated this and they're letting everybody know this person's alive. Number one, I don't care. Number two, if the person was dead, I wouldn't care. But number two, I don't wish anybody dead that I can personally think of. But I would put this person in the category that if I heard Trump died tomorrow, I wouldn't fucking give a shit because I think he's a horrible fucking person. I put him in that category. Wouldn't care. Wouldn't bother to piss on his grave, even though Cornette wanted to make a t-shirt about that and then sue others who made shirts fucking with him. But I don't even know how I got off on that story. But someone wrote me tonight and told me about that. And I said, you do realize if I wanted to hear from these motherfuckers, I'd just go there myself, right? I block them for a reason. If I wanted to know what they had to say, I'd go look myself. But I don't. So, yeah, that's pretty messed up. But the Nathan Jones stories, we go to Golden Corral. And he's a big guy, so we figure he can throw down. We're figuring he's good for 2 or 3 plates. So we all go get our plate, and that was back in my heavier days, obviously, and I can throw down pretty good at Golden Corral too, but normally 1 or 2 good-sized plates, and I'm done. I was way bigger than what I eat. People would think I could just fucking eat people under the table. That wasn't the case. Jimmy ate way more food than I did. Jimmy could eat 2 triples or 2 7-stackers at Steak and Shake. I could eat 2 triples, but that was it. Jimmy would eat the 2 7-stackers, fries, shakes, onion rings, the whole fucking 9 yards, and claim he could eat more. But that was the contest that Steak and Shake put him up with, that if he could eat all that, he'd get it for free. So Maya ate 1 7-stacker. I ate 1. Jimmy ate 2. Chris ate 1. Said he could have ate 2, but he didn't want to be a fool about it. But Jimmy can fucking throw down. So we all got our plates. Me and Nathan probably have the most stacked plates out of everybody there because this was in my 500-pound days easily. And so I'm starting on my plate, and I know that my plate's going to pretty much last me the whole night. You know, I've got everything I want on here. More often than not, I didn't need a second plate unless I got more cottage cheese or fruit or something like that. And I guess I've been working on my plate 3 minutes at best. And I'm telling you, Nathan's plate was stacked way higher than mine, but me and Nathan had the 2 biggest plates. And I look back to the left of me, and Nathan has basically got gravy on his plate and nothing else. And I was just fucking blown away. I didn't think that any human could eat the amount of food that he had on that plate in 30 minutes, more or less 2 or 3. If he'd eaten all that food in 30 minutes, I'd have been fucking impressed and wanted to give him an award of some type. I looked in 3 minutes, it was gone. I look back. I said, where the fuck did your food go? I said, did you spill it? No, King. You ate that? Yeah. Well, ain't that what I'm supposed to do with it? I said, yeah. I said, but not in 3 minutes. I was fucking hungry. I'm going to go get another one. So he goes up and he gets another plate. And I swear to God, within 3 to 5 minutes, that plate was gone. And then he goes and gets another one. And it wasn't around much longer either, 5 minutes. So within 15 minutes, he ate 3 of the biggest fucking plates of goddamn food that you ever saw in your goddamn life. I'd never seen anybody eat that much food in that short of a period of time. Even these fucking hot dog eating contests and shit, that would be the only thing that would even remotely compete with it. And those guys normally go throw that shit up or something eventually. Not Nathan. And if I can't remember if he got a 4th plate or not. And Schmidt has done it again. What are we up to, Jay Rilux? You're the one keeping the numbers here. We just can't get anybody else to make a $5 donation to save their fucking life. See, am I allowed to ask who the person is you won't work with on the Russo? Yeah, I've already said his name. Well, I call him V-Slow. It's Vito Lagrasso, or Vito Liasso is what I call him. No, I don't mind telling you because I made it real clear. Oh, there's a show out there. I don't know who's got it. Somebody's probably got it. As a matter of fact, I saw it recently to where I go off on Vito and just rip him the fucking shreds and let him know why I don't like him, why I don't want to work with him, why I blocked him, why I don't want nothing to do with him. And then I also saw the show to where I made an agreement to 355, Jay Rillick says. Why I'm made an agreement. He's the tabulator over there. He's keeping track of all this shit. So he is the reason I left the show, because they weren't going to get rid of him, and I didn't want to be any part of anything that he was associated with. And then I talked to other people that worked with him at ECW briefly. God, I can't remember. I think he was at WWE briefly. He wasn't there long. He was under contract. Now, believe it or not, he was real nice to me at OVW. He was still wearing the skirt thing. You know, the skirt thing was, again, you know, he didn't. He thought it was cool. He liked doing the dress thing, and he thought he was over. And I remember he would do all of his shows at OVW, and I actually liked him then because I didn't know all this other shit about him. And he would come over to every show at the end of the show, because I'd stay at the desk and meet the fans after the show was over, and I'd hang around for the team meeting after the show. Those were the fucks. I'd hang over for the team meeting, but Vito would always come to the desk. King, how did everything go? Did everything go good? Did I do everything right? Is there anything you would change? Is there anything that I should work on? And you seem to be the nicest one here, and you give the best advice. And I know if you say it, that it's coming from the heart. And if I fucked up, you'll tell me. You ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing. I really want your advice. And I never went too hard on him. I just, it just wasn't a gimmick that I cared for. I just didn't buy it any at all. But he was nice, and then we start doing these podcasts, and he's still nice. And then I start getting these letters from his ex-girlfriends, and I'm going, and they're telling me the stories. One of them he broke a collarbone on. One of them he hit in the eye. One of them, it got even worse than that. And then I said, why isn't he in jail? They said, oh, we tried. And then they sent me the mugshots, and he did serve some time in jail on 1 or 2 of them, according to what they tell me. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I saw the mugshots and I saw the police reports, and then I told Russo about it, and I said, do you want me to send them? No, I don't want to see that. And I have to admit that irked me with Russo a little bit, because I did not understand why he didn't even want to see the evidence that these women had presented on him. And I said, Russo, I cannot be a part of any show that's going to fucking support a goddamn woman beater, wife beater. I don't know if he married any of them or not, but no, I said, I'm not going to be a part of a show that, and I called him out on the show. I told him why I didn't like him, and how I'd never be a part of anything he's got anything to do with. And so, yeah, that's who it is. No, I don't mind telling you at all. I don't like to harp on it too much, because I don't even like saying the motherfucker's name, to be honest with you. And I did patch things up with Jeff Lane. We now follow each other on Twitter. Some fan motivated that to happen somehow. And then I said, I'll be a big man. I'll make the first move. I said, I was mainly just pissed at him because he tried to tell me I was chasing off half the viewers because I don't like Donald Trump. I said, if that's the case, Jimmy Fallon would be out of business. Jimmy Kimmel would be out of business. Colbert would be in the soup line. and Jimmy Fallon would be out of business, and the other late night guy on CBS, James Corden. They all bash Trump. So if bashing Trump kills your ratings, then none of those guys would have a fucking job. And I brought controversy to the show because I was the only Trump hater there. And what are you sorry about, Brad? Oh no, you don't have to be sorry for that. You asked the question. I didn't mind answering it. At least you all know, because that's been years ago, and many of you probably don't know why I hate the fucker so bad. Anybody, if it was any of you, if I found out you beat up women, fuck, I don't give a fuck what you donated. I don't care how much merch you bought. I find out you put your hands on a woman, and especially if you've done it more than once. I mean, maybe in a fit of rage, the woman was trying to hit you, because I've had women try to hit me, but I just hold them down and get them under control. Hey, calm down, shit, fuck. You know, you don't want me hitting you, so don't hit me, you know? And that ain't happened often. There's been once or twice I've made girlfriend, because I got a smart mouth. I've always had one. And I have a reputation that I'm not going to hit a woman. So, hey, he ain't going to hit me. He's open season. I'll just fucking beat the fuck out of him, get my anger out. No, I'm not going to stand there and take an ass whipping, but I'm not going to hit a woman either. The closest thing I'd ever had was me and my sister. I had to fight my sister like a man, or you're going to get your ass whipped. My sister was bigger than I was. And, but they said that I was the only person my sister was scared of, because they knew. Now, I never hit my sister with my fist or anything, but she knew that I could take her down and hurt her if she was going to fucking try and fight me or something like that. And my own mother said, no, the only person on this planet Earth the Janice is scared of is you. And I heard my brother was quoted that. He told his ex-wife that, mainly because of what I could verbally do to him on social media. Not so much whipping his ass or anything. I mean, he would have been a chore. I mean, he's a big boy. But he did hit me once. He got mad at me at a basketball game, and he come up from behind me and hit me from behind and just laying it in on me. And he gets in like 4 or 5 shots. And I thought it was some little pussy there that was hitting me. Just wanting to act like he was doing something. And then I turn around, it's him. And he's in a fit of rage that I embarrassed him on the basketball court or something. And I couldn't believe it. I didn't swing back. I didn't want to fight my brother. And neither of us had ever drawn back at each other before. And I didn't know what the fuck was going on. We have got past 238. So I don't know. But he didn't hit that hard. And I was fair. If this all he's fucking got, it ain't even worth me fucking hitting him back. And so that was the closest thing to a physical confrontation me and my brother ever had. He hit me 4 or 5 times in the back. I never hit him because I didn't know who was doing it. All I knew is it was the pussy that was doing it, because I wasn't feeling any of it. And the pussy was my brother. So Janice hit harder than he did. That's why I had to defend myself with Janice. And but no, me and Janice are pretty close now. I mean, when you live Janice was associating with a lot of bad people, and she'll be the first to tell you that. And that wasn't my cup of tea. I mean, I've always lived by you are who you associate with. And Cornette has gotten to the point to where it was hard for me to even have my name attached to his with all the fucking racist shit he's saying. And he says my girlfriend got a fucking dick solely because she's from the Philippines. That she was, as well, if she is, they did a hell of a job, is all I can tell you. And goddamn. But eventually, you know, you have to analyze who you associate yourself with. And some of you wanted to criticize me for being friends with Cornette for so long. Because we just overlooked his shit. We really did. He was that uncle in the family that embarrasses you everywhere he goes. And you just make excuses for him. Well, it got to the point that, you know, we couldn't make excuses anymore. And then on top of that, the Russo shit, losing his mind because I went to work for Russo, losing his mind because I got rid of Brian. I'm not going to say I fired him. I just fucking quit the show. You know, you can't fire somebody that you're not paying. And they obviously weren't paying me. So it wasn't really a firing. I just told Jimmy I'm never going to fucking do a show again. The bowling alley will never be on his fucking show again. And Jimmy just could not believe I was doing that. And then once Brian last got the word, he had posted on, I think it was Twitter. Maybe it might have been Facebook. I can't remember. But he had posted that he had fired me due to low ratings and that the quality of my show was not up to the 605 standards. We had done 2 shows. Well, Jimmy had already told me that the two shows that we did had outrated anything that they had done on the 605. And Thomas, the guy that does, God, what's his? I call him Piss Boy. Thomas something or another. He was a comedian on their show. And why can Tom, I cannot think of Tom's last name. I don't know why. I've known him for fucking 25 years. No, I've known him longer than that. I've known him 33 years because I've known him since Chris was born. But I call him Piss Boy if somebody throws his name up. But he quit too. And there's been a lot of run-ins with Brian Last. And Jimmy just could not believe. So he posted that I'd been fired. Well, there was only one problem with that. 12 minutes earlier than that tweet, I'd already posted on Twitter and Facebook that I was never going to be doing Brian Last show again. I said he tried to make me take the Bolins off the bowling alley. He didn't want my kids doing the show no more because they buried the fuck out of him and revealed some shit that he didn't want revealed, like where he lived and how much money he made and where he went to school or did not go to school. And he got real pissed and he wanted him off the show. So he called Cornette begging him to tell me to get Chris and Maya off the show. I said, well, Chris has been doing the show since season 2. He ain't going anywhere. And I said, Maya loves doing the shows and she's a good addition to the show. I said, she's a fucking 4.0 student. She speaks 5 fucking languages. She's smarter than any of us, including me and Chris and you. So no, fuck him. He's not going to tell me who I can have. I said, the agreement for me to do the show is that the only guest I was not allowed to have on was Russo. I said, I respected that. I'll do Russo's show if I want to do shows with Russo. I said, but that's as far as you all telling me how to do my show goes. And so it got into a big screaming, yelling match at telling Brian Last he can shove his fucking podcast up his ass that I'll never do. And I yelled at Jimmy louder than I've ever yelled at him before. I said, number one, I said, this ain't none of your fucking business anyway. You know, he's the fucking co-host. He asked me for weeks and weeks to do the show when he knew I got rid of the other dumb fuck that was my co-host. And this is none of your fucking business. I said, I don't even know why the fuck you're calling me. And I was mad at Jimmy for sticking his nose in it. And he would, well, Brian's right, man. The kids, you know, they don't know as much as they think they do. And then the fans tune in just to hear you. They don't want to hear Chris and Maya. Well, they're going to get all 3 of us if I decide I want them on the show. And I said, they bring different insight to the show. I said, both of them are fucking smarter than I am. Chris probably knows more about wrestling than I do. And no, you or Brian Last or no one else is going to tell me who can be on my fucking show. And so that's when I knew me and Brian Last wasn't going to kick it off. And it's just 2 weeks in. I said, nah, fuck him. I'm done. I'll never do his fucking show again. And I stayed off the bowling alley for a long time. And then I brought in that other fucking prick who took some pictures that he shouldn't have fucking took of Maya while she was sleeping. And so his ass was gone and we called him out on my show. And then he deleted that show and a couple of others. But Chris caught him as he was doing it. But I'm telling you now, if Chris ever sees that other co-host out in public, there ain't gonna be shit I can do to save him. Chris already said he'll go to jail for it and be happy to fucking do it. So that guy better stay out of Chris's way because he fucked up real bad. And boy, we're talking about a lot of shit here tonight. At least I've only got 15 more minutes to go, and then I can tell y'all to shove your money up your ass. I'm going to bed. But no, I'd never tell you that. You guys have been way, way good to me tonight. Well, obviously, thanks to what's his name, Chris Schmidt. I think Maya calls him Chris Schmuck. Can't call him that no more. I should do these shows every night just to see when we can bankrupt Chris Schmidt, just to see when he runs out of money. But because I don't think he's getting that big old check anymore that he was getting. I didn't feel so bad for him then. Fuck, he was getting $2,400 a month. I wasn't getting. I was jealous of that. I was jealous of everybody that got that check because I thought that I should qualify for it, but my boss didn't do the proper things necessary for me to be able to get that. So I got fucked. What else is new? Tom Robinson. Thank you. I don't know why I couldn't think of his name, but Tom Robinson. And he goes by another name, I think, on Twitter and maybe even on the show. But Piss Boy, me and Dennis Corluzza, who used to be involved with the NWA, and is the reason that I went to IWA. Dennis Corluzza was doing those shows there. And Dennis Corluzza talked me into doing show. I didn't know who the fuck Ian Rotten was. I didn't know how stupid these fucking barbed wire matches were and light tubes. I didn't know they did all that shit. So Dennis Corluzza was the reason I ended up over there. And but I met Dennis in Memphis. He rented a car but he was going somewhere from Memphis and wanted to know if I would bring the rental car back to Nashville. And I said, well, what are you doing in Memphis? He said, well, they're having a big convention down there, and Lawler's going to be there. And Lawler said it'd be cool if you'd come with me. I said, yeah. So I said, yeah, fuck, that'd be cool. Said, yeah, we'll go down there. We'll see the king and hang out. And, well, the Piss Boys were there. And we call them the Piss Boys because they would do anything me and Dennis wanted to do. If we sent them out on errands, they'd go, and happy to fucking do it and buy shit and other shit I can't even tell you guys about. He hooked me up with some girl from Philadelphia that I was actually crazy about. She was a sweet girl, sexy as shit. But she had a boyfriend, so she was just cheating on him with me. I didn't know anything about him. I didn't find out till she got back to Philadelphia. And she just basically said, no, I went down there to have a fling, and I had it with you, and it was fun. But, you know, you don't live in Philadelphia, and my boyfriend does. You know, Kenny, it was nice, but it's over. So, you know, I had a good time. So, you know, shit, you know, what do you do? What do you do? So let's see. But yeah, he does do a hell of a Tommy Rich. Tom Robinson does do a hell of a Tommy Rich. And Tom has donated to my shows before. He's not very tech savvy. He's not into all these digital donations and everything. And Tom Robinson sent me a money order, a decent amount of money, similar to some donations we've seen in here tonight. And sent me a donation. It came. I said, I thought it was coming by carrier pigeon. It took about 10 days to get here, but it came, and he donated on my homeless on that 12-hour show because I had Tom on that show. So Tom Robinson, I think he did his Tommy Rich impersonation on that, and he also donated, which a lot of times the celebrities don't donate, but him and Anthony Scaramucci did, and y'all would die if you knew what Anthony Scaramucci donated. But he donated up for a couple of reasons. We were having some issues with our cars at that time, and he not only donated enough to really be a big help to us with the homeless drive, but he also helped me with my cars as well. And Anthony's just the fucking best guy in the world, man. And he was a Trump supporter first time I had him on. So that tells you there, I'll be fair with you as long as you decent and don't be a dick about it. And I had him on knowing he was going to blow Trump the whole show, and he just could not believe that we didn't care for him. But he liked the show. He liked me, and he liked what we were doing. He liked the cause. And then the next time he was on the show, he hated Trump worse than I did. So, and he gave me credit for turning him. He says, no, he says, I see why now you don't like him. You're a good person. You think of others before you think of yourself. That's not Donald Trump. He says, I see why you don't like him. And I don't know what attracted me to him. I guess when you can claim your friends and the Speaker of the House for the President of the United States, you get caught up in that shit. And I can see that there's a lot of people that stay with Jimmy because they think they're friends with Jimmy. They think they know Jimmy, and they stay with him through thick and thin. I was guilty of that too. I stuck with him many times. Now I'd call him out on his shit, normally in private, and many times in public. There's many. If you go back and listen to the old podcast, a lot of you have noticed that he got called out a lot by me on Now That You See We're Shoots. You realize that we just weren't fucking around and making up shit, that many of the shit that I called him out on were shoots. And Jerry Jarrett especially noticed that. And Jerry and I had about an hour conversation the other day, and it was great to talk to him again. We need you back in OVW. Well, I don't know. They're supposedly back doing television over at the Davis Arena here real soon, from what I'm hearing. Does anybody know why Gilbert Corsi left? Because he's still here in Louisville doing the news. Why is he not doing OVW? Or maybe Fox didn't want him doing it at risk of COVID. I don't know. Maybe that had something to do with it. But from what I understand, Gilbert is not there anymore. And but I was told once before he was leaving both Fox 41 and OVW. And then I congratulated him for his time here, even though he knew I was pissed at him over some personal issues. And he thought I was ribbing at him, making fun of him leaving OVW and Fox. And he says, and he posted, I'm not leaving. I said, well, there's a shitload of people at OVW say that you are. And they say that they was in a meeting with you where you claimed you were leaving. So, you know, don't fucking dick out on me. I'm just telling you what wrestlers in that locker room have told me. So if anyone's fucking lying, you might want to talk to these characters. I didn't give him any names because I don't know why they told me that. Because I think he really said he was leaving, then something happened and he didn't. But supposedly he's gone now. OVW was back last week at the Davis Arena. Okay, I didn't see it. I don't get the channel. I guess I could go to the website and watch it, but, you know, I didn't. I don't watch anybody else's shit either, so. Let's see here. Fuck you, being as he made such. I haven't even read this. Says fuck you. I think she just couldn't handle Jim's outlook in life, or else he tried to rope her into the hot tub party. Well, that's a possibility too. It's a possibility too. OVW was back. If Jimmy called you next week, hey, I said on the show, was it last night or the night before? I said, when Flash Flanagan was trying to get me to patch things up with Jimmy, I said I would talk to him. But he's pig-headed enough. He's not going to do it. He hates my son for ratting him out on Reddit about a bunch of shit that was true. Flash says it should have been left in the locker room. Well, Jimmy said a lot of shit that probably didn't need to be said, especially about my son. I'll take anything you want to say about me. You can say any fucking thing you want. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. True or false, I can handle it. I got 7 haters that post bullshit about me every fucking single day of their life for the last 3 years. I don't give a fuck. People that really know me, know what I'm about, know what's true, know what's not. If you have to ask me if something's true that those dumb fucks are saying, you don't know me too well. So even if you ask me if it's true, you're fucked because you know better. If you hear something that you don't think possibly could be true, then guess what? It's probably not true. So that's, it's like I tell you guys, if I want to know what those dumb fucks are saying, I'll unblock them and go look myself. I don't give a fuck what they're saying. I don't care. But some of you like to report it to me anyway for some fucking reason. There's no need because I don't give a shit. People that know me, know what I stand for. And the one they're putting out today about me saying that someone's dead that's not is not even remotely true. And I don't even give a fuck if the person lives or dies. I don't have anybody on my list that I wish dead. Nobody I can fucking think of. There are some people that if they died, I wouldn't get too worked up about it. Donald Trump would be on that list. I despise that motherfucker that bad. I don't wish him dead, but if it happened, I'm not going to get too worked up about it. And I guarantee you that I'm on some people's list that were when and if I die. And I say if because I probably shouldn't be alive right now. But I guarantee you there's some people out there, hopefully not a lot of you, but there's some people out there who wouldn't give a fuck if I died either. And that's fine with me. Because if you despise me that bad, there's probably a reason. And I probably feel the same way about you. So there we go. So that was the last post about that. Schmidt, we're down to about 7 minutes to go here. We weren't too good at motivating those $2 and $5 donations tonight, but maybe the next time. Maybe everybody's broke. I don't know. Maybe I've got 40 of the poorest motherfuckers in the world here right now. But overall, man, we can't complain about the numbers. I mean, overall, I think Jay Rilix, are you still with us? What's that final time? Did I see 365? Is that what I saw? 365. Fuck, I'll have to donate $35 of my own money just to get it to 400 so I can tell everybody we raised $400 tonight. Or we could have 7 of you donate $5 before we go here in about 6-7 minutes. I might go to 305 just to make it an official 3-hour midnight show. Anybody still here? Yeah, they're still here. Most of you are still here. That's some loyal listeners and followers right there, man, to hang with me from midnight till 3 a.m. But yeah, I'll need to get out of here soon because I got to let the dogs out again. Fortunately, I don't see any messes. They've done a pretty good job. Two Cow's not a messer anyway. Scooby being 10 months old, he's not working on the program too much. If you make him wait too long, he's going to make you realize that he shouldn't. Let's see. There's a couple comments. 365. Yeah, I think 365 was the last number I saw. Jay says 355. Well, who's going to bitch or bite over $10, right? It's been a good night regardless. I'm very glad I did the show. Be honest with you guys, I'd have been thrilled at 150. Because last night I think we only made about 140 or 150. So and the night before that, I think we did 300 or 400 total when you factor in not Facebook, but a PayPal and what we got on the donations. But once again, Chris Schmidt was a lot of that. We had another guy donated 2 $50 donations. We had a few $20 donations, a few $10, and several $5. So thanks again so much for what you did. We probably won't do a show tomorrow. I need to give you guys a break as well as myself. Hopefully we can raise some good money during the Kendra Lust show. Someone said, Kenny, Kendra Lust, the porn star. Well, I didn't know she was a porn star. I knew that there was something a little risque about her performances. I saw a little bit of that on Twitter. I saw her with all those wrestling belts. Do you do Halloween? I used to when Chris was a kid. There's not going to be much Halloween going on this year. Who the fuck's going to be marching kids around town, going to strangers' houses and getting candy during the COVID outlet? No, there won't be much of that going on. We will have to do another well, we'll do a 12-hour show, Jay. Don't be volunteering. Don't be volunteering 13 hours there. That was an accident. That wasn't supposed to happen. We might do another 12-hour show soon. I don't know when. We got a lot of guests coming up. Let's see. We interviewed her a while back. Have I lost something? Who's the her we're talking about? Have you ever scared Maya? Other than thinking I was going to die in the hospital a few times, I don't think so. We've been mad at each other a few times. We blocked each other a few times. I forgot what I did once, but it was evident she was never going to speak to me again and wanted me to apologize for something I did. I thought I was in the rights for what I did. So I did not apologize. Never was. And yeah, Kendra Lust, Tuesday night. I think she's on here at 8:05 because she's on California time. So I will double check with her on the time slot before I post it. But she's either going to be on at 6:05, which will be 3 o'clock her time, or 8:05. And I will double check with her. As a matter of fact, she wrote me today and she retweeted something I posted today. So I know she's still good for it. And but I think it's more than likely 8:05 on Tuesday night. Guys, it's 2:57. I only got 3 more minutes. I got to do this. Then I can tell Chris Schmidt to get fucked. All right, I'll give you 8 minutes. I'll go to 3:05 because I want to make it officially a 3-hour show. Well, actually, I started the countdown clock at midnight 02. Midnight 02. So I really could get by with shutting down at 3:02. I don't think they have an amount of money that could get me another hour anyway. So don't bother to offer any more money. We've had a good night tonight. Way better than I even expected. And thank you guys so much. I'm so thrilled. And I know Jennifer is too, who's waiting on my call. I'm sure she would have been in here tonight if she could have got her link to work. She does tell me how shy she is though. Oh, 2 other things. Being as I forgot them and we didn't really auction them off tonight. I mean, these are nice. I enjoy having them, but I did not get either one of these autographed. If I did, I might be more reluctant. But I've got a Ken Griffey action figure that I've had for a long time when he played with the Cincinnati Reds in one of my favorite uniforms. I've got a Ken Griffey bobblehead in the package, as you can tell. And if I got a decent enough offer for that, I would probably sell that because they've just been hanging up here on top of my big screen forever. And my hero, Dan Marino. I got a Dan Marino in the box. I don't think that's a bobblehead, though. Got his helmet in his hand there, the football, Dan Marino, the quarterback club. Oh, you know, it's called Bobble Dobbles. That's what it says on the back, officially NFL product there. Bobble Dobbles. So, yeah, the package is sealed tight enough that his head doesn't bobble. So I got a Dan Marino bobblehead, a Ken Griffey Jr. bobblehead. And because this was a sports show, I was going to get these things involved and never did. We didn't get any commitments on the BWO toboggan. Mentioned Shivani saying he has piss holding. No, we'll close the show with that. Tony Schiavone, the balls or lack thereof of Tony Schiavone, claiming, and as a matter of fact, Jay, I want you to segment this and put it on Twitter because I want Tony Schiavone to hear what I got to say. This is going to be a promo on Tony Schiavone, and this is what we're going to end the show with tonight. So get ready to mark this because I want this recorded into its own segment for us to put on Twitter. Kendra Lust was supposedly the reason John Cena divorced his wife. Ooh. I guess we'll hear more about that later. We might talk. Should probably talk about it. Let me get a drink of Mountain Dew. All right, Jay. It's 3 o'clock. It's 3 o'clock straight up. By the time I'm done with this promo, we will be over 3 hours on this show. I need some donations because this shouldn't be too bad. I need some little bitty donations. $2, $5, 99 fucking cents. Come on, guys. Don't make Chris Schmidt donate all the money along with the others who have donated tonight. Don't do it. Either that or come back in here Tuesday and donate when Kinderlust is here. She's got 6 million followers on Instagram, 1.1 million on Twitter, and maybe other places. So those are just the ones I know of. But she's pushing 8 million subscribers, so she's not doing too bad. So to Tony Schiavone, Jay Rillick saw him bragging, and a couple of others saw Tony Schiavone bragging that he had has the all-time record for not taking a piss on a show. Well, you're wrong, Tony Schiavone. You don't have the record for taking a piss on a show. I possess that now. See that crown over there? The king, the real king of Louisville for sure, because I've been here a lot longer than Jerry the King Lawler was. I basically ran him out of town. I have a victory over Jerry the King Lawler in a professional wrestling match. He does not have one over me. I got one over him. That makes me the king of Louisville, and that makes me the king of not being able. Well, I was able. The king of not taking a piss for not 6 hours, not 8 hours, not 10, not 12, not even 13, where I was on the air sitting at this desk for 13 hours, didn't move any longer than to change a shirt where I was gone for 30 fucking seconds. Right in Maya's view and sight, by the way. A horrible sight. She'll never be able to see again. So you don't have a piss record. Quit going on Twitter claiming you got a fucking no piss record. You don't have it. I possess that now. I went 19 hours documented with witnesses. From the time I got up in that morning, I peed that morning, prepared for my podcast to start at 12 noon, and went till the better part of 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning it was approximately 19 hours, give or take 30 minutes one direction or the other. 19 fucking hours without taking a piss. Where's my Mountain Dew? I didn't have Mountain Dew that day, but I had 4 Coke Zeros, which I rarely at that time was drinking much Coke. This was back in March, I think, when I was doing a fundraiser for the homeless. I decided to do a 12-hour fundraiser to raise money for the homeless. What have you done? What have you done that wasn't selfishly imposed on yourself to profit yourself? Probably a fucking Trump supporter or something. I hope not, but you probably are. Please tell me, God, you're not a Trump supporter, because it's going to give me more motivation to challenge you to a podcast. Me and you. You don't have to come here. I can throw you up here on StreamYard. Just be me and you. 12 hours of me, you entertaining the people. Me and you entertaining the people. It's 3 a.m, Tony. Bear with me. Let's do a fundraiser. Let's raise some money. Do you mind helping me raise money for the Philippines families that need money? We can raise money for the homeless here. We can split it up. Your charity, my charity. We'll split it. Doesn't matter. I'd like to raise money for the needy families in the Philippines. I love to do that. You raise money for whoever you want. 12 hours right here. Me and you. First one, and no time limit, no disqualification. The first one that has to get up and piss loses. You know what? I got a better idea. Winner take all. Winner take all. That's how confident I am that I can sit here and do this podcast for 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 24 fucking hours if I have to. I got to go pee right now. I don't have to pee right now, Tony, and I won't have to pee during that show. So if you think you're so tough, you think you got such a great big bladder, you think you can go so many hours without taking a pee, well, I've already heard your third. There's some other guy said he did a 12-hour podcast and he didn't pee either. I did 19 hours total. Never peed. Never even thought about it. So you want some of me, Tony Schiavone? I know you. I've met you. You know me. We've intertwined before down at TBS Studios back when I was friends with Jimmy Cornette. Well, I ain't friends with him. You probably still are. I ain't friends with him anymore. So it will suit my ego so much to know that I beat one of Jimmy Cornette's friends. And Jimmy will tell you don't want no part of this, because Jimmy knows how long I can go without peeing. He's been on trips with me to Memphis. He's been on trips with me to Florida. He's been on trips with me back and forth to Knoxville. He knows how long I can go. And I've been able to do it for a long time, Tony Schiavone. A long time, son. You don't want none of me. You don't want me in a fight. You don't want me in a trivia contest. And you don't want me in a no peeing contest. No time limit, no disqualification. First man to get up and leave the desk. And you cannot piss on yourself either. You're the type that would try that. I could picture. So I want an honest person. I don't know where you're going to find one at in the wrestling business, but I want you to find an honest person that will sit there, and I want you to wear a color that will ease, like a light blue. I want you to wear a light blue, because if you start soiling yourself, or if you start pissing all over yourself, I want somebody to document it. I want somebody there. I want maybe some sensors hooked up to you, to where if you start peeing, the little bells and whistles that go off. Because you'll cheat. I know you will. And if you're a Trump supporter, I know you'll cheat. I know you will. I pray to God you're not a Trump supporter, because you're going to give me more motivation than ever if you are. So this is me to you, Tony. I know you've seen the tweets. Don't try and big dog me just because you've been on national television a day longer than Methuselah. You've been around a long time, Tony. You do a fine job. I respect your work. For some reason, Bobby Heenan didn't like you, though, and I'd like to know the reason behind that. He didn't tell me. He just told me he didn't like you. He liked me, but he didn't like you. I'd like to know the story behind that. What did you do to piss Bobby Heenan off? Never mind. I think somebody already told me. And if you did what this fan said you did, I got a problem with you, but I don't think you have the power to do what he said you did. I think Eric Bischoff made that call. Maybe you took the credit for it. I don't know. Turned it into a shoot now, all of a sudden, Tony Schiavone, isn't it? But that's all right. We don't even have to discuss any of that stuff. But I want to do a 12-hour podcast with you, minimum, because I know I can go 12 hours. I know I can go 19. How long do you think you can go, Tony? And not only will I do that, I'm not going to sit out here and thirst myself to death. I'm not going to starve myself to death. I'll have food. I'll have pizza delivered by Chris Schmidt. He'll bring some pizza. I might have some Taco Bell delivered. I'll have Mountain Dew. I'll have Coke Zero. I'll have Gatorade Zero. And I'll be putting these sumbitches away like nothing you've ever seen before, son. And I'm still going to beat you. So shut up about your piss record or take my challenge. But I want to do it with a podcast where you and I sitting at a desk and we go till one man pisses himself or has to get up and piss in the bathroom. Deal or no deal? Are you a chicken shit, or do you want to take me up on my offer for charity? Winner take all. We'll do it on YouTube through StreamYard. People can super chat. People can do whatever they want. Wrestling Soup just donated $5 more just hearing me talk to you. I just happened to see that. Tony, I dare you to take my offer. I dare you. I think you're scared to do it. I think you're trenching in waters that you can't walk in. And I'm not talking about the piss that you're going to lay all over your feet, son. I'm not even talking about that. You have treaded into an area that you don't want to walk into. So, deal or no deal? Put up or shut up, Tony. The next tweet I see out of you, I want to see you accept my challenge, or I want to see you admit that you're at best third best when it comes to not pissing all over yourself during the course of a podcast or a wrestling show. I dare you, Tony. I did say good day. All right. So that's the cutoff point, Jay Rillix. That's where I said good day. So you're seeing the backstage production here, what you're seeing. That's the cutoff point for Tony Schiavone. I want you to record that where I start on Tony and end with Tony. We're going to put that on its own YouTube link, and we're going to post that on Twitter and Facebook or wherever the fuck he might see it at. And we'll see if old Piss Boy, he might be the new Piss Boy, because he's probably going to piss all over himself within the first 2 hours. And he's going to be embarrassed, but I want somebody keeping an eye on him. As a matter of fact, I might want a camera on him. That might be better. I want a camera on him so I know if he pisses himself or not. Because I got enough class and decency and integrity that I won't piss all over myself. I'll get up and go to the bathroom if I can't take it anymore. I teach my dogs not to piss in the house. I teach my dogs not to shit in the house. And I expect the same thing out of Tony Schiavone. So you know what? Edit that in too. Edit that in too. Because I want him to know that my dogs have better restraint than he's got. Because if he pisses himself or shits himself, that's a disqualification and I win. And I win all the donated money. But if I piss myself, shit myself, or get up and go, then Tony Schiavone gets it all. That's how sure I am. Because I think that show will make a lot of money. It'll make some good money. And some charity is going to do real well. Come on, Tony. You a man or you a mouse? Now I said good day. You bitch. He ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna do it because he's a coward. He's got a big mouth. He talks about shit that he can't back up. You ain't gonna do it, Tony. I dare you. Nobody claims they can go longer without pissing than me. Nobody. You've offended me when you said that. You've offended me. You've offended my followers. You've offended my fans. Thank God Jay Rillick saw what you did. Thank God. You fucking Trump supporter. Even if you don't support Trump, I'm going to pretend you do because it's going to give me the extra motivation I need to shit all over you. Would that be the term? Am I going to shit all over you, Tony? I ain't going to piss all over you. Promise you that. Ask your buddy Jimmy. He'll tell you. He's going to tell you this is something you don't want to venture into. But I want you to do it because I want to earn all that money for charity. And if Tony Schiavone's too scared to do it, any other so-called celebrity that can draw a little attention to the show, I'll challenge any of you. It don't matter who. Because I can go longer without peeing than any fucking man on the planet Earth, even at age fucking 60. Now I say good day. For the third fucking time. All right. I'll go on AEW and challenge his. I'll do it here. I'll do it there. I'll do it anywhere. But don't go on fucking social media claiming you can go longer without peeing than me. I will not stand for it. I will not sit for it. I will not shit for it. I got a 32-inch TV in my bathroom for a reason. Because when I go, I get rid of everything, man. I can't get rid of it all. Take in a movie, a little Netflix, watch a couple episodes of The Walking Dead, watch the local news, watch the Reds and the White Sox, might watch the Bengals and the Browns. You don't want none of me. That was a long fucking promo. That was fucking, what, 13, 15 minutes? It was a long promo. All right. I'm done with Tony Schiavone. We're not going to talk about him anymore. Did we get any more donations? It's 3:13. I said I was leaving here at 3 o'clock. I did see. All right, we got that one. I saw that. Speaking of Kendra Lust, who was your favorite? Oh, God, you don't know this? Who will be the first one to type who my favorite porn star is? Bladder Wars. That's good. I like that. Bladder Wars, too. Tracy Lords. Tracy was not my favorite. Number one, she was underage when she started. She might have been Lawler's favorite. Wasn't mine. Who can type who my favorite porn star is? Because it's well documented. My favorite porn star is the first person I ever sent an email to. And she wrote me back. And she came to Louisville to see me. Well, I tell everybody she came to Louisville. She actually came to perform here at PT Show Club. But she's the first person that it's a female, Schmidt. God damn it. Now Cornette was at John Holmes's deathbed. And now what he was doing there, I don't know. But, did we lose money? Did they take $90 back? He just typed that we're at $260. Did people take back $90? What the fuck happened? And we actually lost viewers during my Schiavone promo. We were at 38 and we're now at 31. We lost 7 people during the Schiavone promo. Well, I guess they knew they were going to see it later. No, not Jenna Jameson. No. 3. You better get that right, Jay Rillick. Don't you do that. Don't you do that. You panicked me there for a minute. I thought somebody took $90 our money. That ain't good. No. It's not a guy, you assholes. It's not a guy. And my favorite porn star is most of her fame was in the late 70s, early 80s. Not Nina. I'm very familiar with Nina Hartley, but no, I was not a big Jenna Jameson fan. Not really a fan of any of the blondes. Tracy Lords was on an episode of Married with Children that was funnier than shit. If you guys have never seen it, you might want to look that up. She wasn't. No, not Debbie Does Dallas. I was not a Cowboy fan. I can't believe none of y'all got this because it's well documented who my favorite porn star is. She's the first person I ever wrote an email to. And I mean family, relatives, friend, nobody. This when I got web TV and logged on, I said, I'm going to try and find, and I found her. And I wrote her an email, and I'll be goddamn if she didn't write me back. And she says, this is unbelievable. I'm going to be in Louisville in 2 weeks, and you're welcome to come and see me. And I'd love to meet you. And you've obviously been a fan for a long time. And I had been. I started watching her in the 70s. And Timmy Lee got it. Timmy Lee's the winner. Vanessa Del Rio. Seika, I think, is who Wrestling Soup means. There was one. Now, Seika was pretty good. She was probably the only blonde that I gave a shit about her because she had a movie called Inside Seika. Missy Hyatt. Me and Missy have a history. I'll tell that story. I'll tell that story on the Kendra Less show. I'll tell the Missy Hyatt story. Vanessa Del Rio is the correct answer. I had a thing for her like you wouldn't believe. If Vanessa Del Rio was in a movie, I was going to watch. I thought she was the most beautiful fucking woman on the planet Earth. Never cared for Marilyn Chambers. Hell, I like Missy Hyatt better than Marilyn Chambers. But Vanessa Del Rio was it. And then there was another young porn star that came into the business later that went by the name Rio that looked like a young Vanessa Del Rio. And I liked her mainly for her look. Not that she was a great actress or anything. It was not Dr. Ruth. I did not care for Dr. Ruth. But yeah, it was Vanessa Del Rio, first person I ever sent an email to, from Kenny Bolin at webtv.net. That was my that's what I used to write Jerry Lawler from. Kenny Bolin at webtv.net, and Jerry's was Jerry Lawler at AOL.com. That was his. I don't know if he still has that or not. Probably not, being he's on Twitter. And then when I got Hotmail, I was King Kenny Bolin at hotmail.com. Cannot access that fucking account for shit. And Smith, what do you owe me now? I'm 17 minutes over. You did motivate a few of the $5 donators. Thank Wrestling Soup for what they did there. And I think 360 tonight is what Jay Rillix has tallied us up at. And not a bad night. Glad I came on here and did it. I didn't plan to be here over 3 hours, but here we are. And supposedly this thing quits recording at the 4-hour mark. I mean, you can go longer live, but at 4 hours, it doesn't record anymore. You're fucked. You got to log off and do it again. I never had any desire to fuck B. Arthur. That is not true. That is not true. The correct answer, Timmy Lee got it, Vanessa Del Rio. So let's get ready to wrap this up. Jay Rillix, I want you to, as quickly as you can, edit the promo on Tony Schiavone. Apparently I went about 13 minutes or so challenging him. We're going to send it to him on Twitter. We're going to make sure he sees it, and we'll see what he's got. See if he's got the guts to cut promo back. He might think Kenny Bolin's small potatoes, small fries, not big enough, a 360 for sure. All right. So in other words, if we got $40 donated here before I log off of here, we'd be at 400. Is that what you're saying? Well, fuck, I'll donate the 40 just so I can claim that we got 400. Unless somebody else wants to help. There's a lot of you didn't donate shit. I'm taking names, by the way. Mediterranean Mudcake never donated tonight. Andrew Monaghan never donated. I'm going to call all of you out. Never donated tonight. Jay Rillix, well, he's got his reasons. He's got enough shit on his plate. Chris Schmidt, no, he did donate tonight. I'm sorry. No, I don't want to fuck Jim Neighbors. I do have a story about Jim Neighbors, though. We'll tell that on the Kendra Less show. Paul RJ did donate tonight. Paul did. Timmy Lee donated tonight. Chris Schmidt, I'm going to go through here and see who I saw donate. And then if I'm wrong, somebody come out. Warren Sheets never donated tonight. This is how I'm going to eat some more time. I'm just going to call people out that didn't donate. And if I'm wrong, y'all tell me, because maybe I missed it during the promo. I thought that Shivani promo would get more donations than that. Paul donated. Warren Sheets did not donate. Wrestling Sloop. You see how tired I am? Wrestling Sloop. That'd be a cool name. They donated. As a matter of fact, I'm going to scroll back through a lot of these comments, and we're gonna. That's when Jay said we were at 355. That was a while back. Fuck you. Donated big tonight. $50 donation out of fuck you tonight. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye. See what I did there? Thank you. Fuck you. Bye. Let's see here. Steve G said hello. Never donated. Steve G. Brad, he did donate. All right. Let's see. A lot of y'all are waiting for me to call you out for not donating when you actually did. Mediterranean Mud Cake, never donated. Hello, Kenny and everyone. The stream, hope enjoyed the cornet picture, Kenny. Yeah, I recall that. I do recall that. Let's see. Here we go. Here's a name. Never donated. Shep Ramsey 6. There's 5 others. All right. Never donated. All right. I'm just going to call out here. That's as far back as it'll let me scroll. God damn, that's as far back as I can go. I thought I could go all the way back. Well, God damn. So you're the last guy. Not Chris Schmidt, because Chris Schmidt did donate. This guy. That's as far as it'll let me scroll back. I thought I could go back to the beginning of the show, but it won't let me. All right. Well, I'm sure there's others that didn't donate, but I can't scroll back far enough. And, well, there we go. So we're 3 hours and about 15 minutes into this thing, give or take. There's a new comment. So let me see if there's any new comments that didn't donate. We'll get in their shit. There we go. Wrestling Soup donated. Chris Schmidt donated big tonight. I've done lost track of how much he donated. He probably knows. Wrestling Sloop. You like that, huh? And Chris Schmidt. All right, more donations now. You got to. No. There was only one. The promo was surely to God worth $5 God damn. No, I can't do anymore, guys. I gotta let the dog. It's 3:22. I've been here for 3.5 hours. But no, thank you guys so much. You don't know how much I appreciate it. Well, you do know, because I stayed. I wouldn't have stayed if I didn't appreciate it. And the Lord, we got another shout out to the Lord. He's sound asleep by now. 20 and most of y'all stayed. I mean, we hung around anywhere from like 28 subscribers to 40 subscribers. And then God knows how many were really watching. And I wish we had a way that we could have done these donations on Facebook and Periscope, because and I guess we do have a way. It's called donating to the PayPal account. But they seem to enjoy doing it here and doing the super chats. That seems to work out a lot better. No, I'm not. No, wait a minute. No, for $5, you want me to stay till 4? During the Tony Schiavone promo where I was supposed to have wrapped up 25 fucking minutes ago? No, not going to do that. Damn, you're selfish. You're just selfish. But I will be back here Tuesday, and hopefully we can raise some good money Tuesday. I'm sure Kendra Lust will help me with the cause and help us get that going. And with 7 million subscribers, 8 million subscribers, she should be making some good jack. Maybe she'll donate $5. Maybe. We'll see. Guys, I'm done. I've done all I can do, and I can't do no more. Let's see. He says there is. Well, obviously the PayPal account that's been rolling by all night. Anybody can go there and donate, and maybe some people did. Maybe I haven't seen it. And then they can donate later in the week or whatever. I mean, shit. I don't get this to the end of the month anyway. So October the 5th is when we get everything that y'all donated tonight. And I need to call my school teacher, being as she wasn't able to get through the show. I'd love to have had her on. You would love her to death. She's the sweetest thing in the world. And she is so excited tonight. We've really done some good things tonight. And, man, thank you guys so much. Hopefully Tuesday we can raise a little bit more money. It might not be as much as tonight. It might be more. I don't know. But, yeah, I'll make this my goddamn job if y'all want me to do this maybe 4 nights a week, go every other night. And I don't expect all of you to donate every fucking time, but, we'll see. I wish we'd have had more smaller donations tonight, but we're certainly thankful for the big ones that we got, and we made a good impact tonight. We've done very good 3 nights in a row. I can't complain. Even our worst night was good. I can't complain at all. So thank you guys very much. I might pull in more donations if you... No, you're not. And you've spent enough money for one night. Focus on Tuesday. See if you can round me up some donations for Tuesday. Maybe get the word out, let people know what we're doing, and let's focus on Tuesday. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. Well, it was a good show because you made me stay all fucking night. And we had some good shit we covered tonight. Kendra at the earliest will be 6:05. At the latest, she'll be 8:05. I will confirm that with her tomorrow, and then I will set up the notification on StreamYard to let you guys know what's coming. We still have the Dan Marino action figure that we can auction off. We got the Ken Griffey Jr. We got the BWO hat. I'm keeping my Nikes. Hope y'all don't mind. Keeping my Nikes. And Chris, let me know when you want to come over and pick up all your merchandise. You got plenty here, it looks like. And we still got the Jerry Lawler mug. No one wanted the Jerry Lawler mug. Maybe if I had Jerry Lawler on, he would do it. I'm going to call Lawler and try and get him to come on. I'd have to promise not to talk about Donald Trump because I will piss him off and he will piss me off. So we will have to leave Trump out of the equation. And I won't have y'all antagonizing him either. I'd love to get him on now that he's not really tied in with WWE anymore. Maybe he'll do it. I'd love to have him on. I've done his show. I'd really love to get him on mine. So we'll see. I'll do my best to make that happen. All he can do is say no. And as bad as he hates the shit I say about Trump, he probably will say no. Let's see. Love how far it's come. Yeah, it's really coming along, Jay. And you've been a hell of a help to that too. Getting out all the shows and all the material and everything. And you're a huge help to the show, man. And I greatly appreciate it. I want everybody to know that. And as you well know, you're welcome on the show anytime. You've certainly earned the right to be on. If you got anything you want to plug or promote, anything like that, you're welcome anytime. So thank you guys so much. There's still 30 of you in here, which is a fucking shock, but it's 3:30 in the morning. I got to call my teacher friend and go over what we're going to do with the money, where it's going to go, what school supplies we got to get, the food we got to get, the families we got to help, orchestrate the kids to have a day to come to the ice cream truck. I hope 100 of them show up, man. That'd make my fucking day. But how many show, and we're going to do that probably at least 2 or 3 times with the ice cream. And then we also have to make sure we have enough money to get school supplies and food for the families that are really needing it right there. So I sent you a video, Kenny, on Messenger. Well, thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. Shit, it's almost, I think Paul's getting ready to do his podcast in about 30 minutes. So I'll check out what you sent me, Paul. And thank you guys so much. You've made my day. I never dreamed it would be this successful tonight. And but obviously Chris Schmidt was a huge part of that, along with the $50 donation there from Fuck You, when we were appreciate Fuck You. Thank you. Bye. Standing up. We have another Lord. We have another Lord in here. We have Donald Lord, who I'm sure fell asleep a long time ago. There's no way Donnie Lord is still awake. And Lord, you got here a little late, my man, or woman, or whoever you, I assume a man by the picture there. We're just wrapping this up. We raised some good money tonight for ice cream for the Philippines. It's also rice, peanut butter, eggs, school supplies, shit like that. But ice cream for the Philippines has a good ring to it. So I'm sorry, Lord, you got here a little late, but you're the second Lord that was in here tonight. Donnie Lord in here earlier made a $20 donation to the cause. Chris Schmidt, I think, donated. I think he sold his house and just gave us the money. He's been donating for 3 days now. And but no, thank you guys so much. And Lord, I'm sorry that we missed you. Lord, I'm sorry. I sound like I've turned religious now, don't I? But we thank the Lord, both of them, for stopping by tonight. One Lord, you just woke up. Well, it's going to be available for you to go back and watch on YouTube if you want to see what you missed. It's 3.5 hours long. We started at midnight. And where are you from, Lord? We'll get that real quick, and then I got to get out of here because I got shit I got to do and then go to bed. Take it easy, guys. Stay tuned for the Tony Schiavone. I can't wait to get that. Get that. Let's get it on Twitter. You can be the one to post it if you want, and I'll share it if you want to do that. Just make sure you tag Tony in it. I'll share it. And make sure to get a good thumbnail for that with Schiavone. If you want to create something with me and him, maybe pissing at a urinal or something. I don't know. But let's see. Paul RJ, he slept. Yeah, I am at this point. It's just gotten that bad. Y'all have kept me up way too late. You're from Maryland. Okay. I mainly did this so with the weekend to broadcast to our Filipino fan base to let them know what we're doing. Because it's 12 hours difference over there. They're 12 hours ahead of us. And also anybody in England that happens to be getting it up at 8 o'clock in the morning, got a chance to watch us. So, oh God, I'm tired. All right, folks. Well, Lord, I'm sorry that you got here at the end of it, but we're going to do another one with Kendra Lust Tuesday night, the famous porn star from Pornhub, various other sites, does some wrestling. She's got some title belts. I've done no research on her whatsoever, but I never do. So we'll figure it out as we go. And so this is it, guys. It is 3:30 in the morning. I started this goddamn thing at midnight. So until Tuesday night, play Hocus Pocus. No, because then they'll fucking demonetize me and hit me with a hit for playing. I got in trouble for playing Hocus Pocus not long ago. I can't. If you can find out a way I can do that shit and not get hit, because there's a way to do it that you can play just X amount and not get in trouble. but I haven't researched it enough to find out. But that would be a good song to exit out on. So if we figure out how to do that, we'll do that. So until then, folks, I did say good day.